Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. And tonight's stream's fake sponsor is Flamethrower Walking Canes. You ever find yourself needing help walking around, but your hands are just too full of flamethrowers? Boy, have we got the solution for you. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! I had to get right into the game here because we just got raided! Queen Katie! Raided with a party of 5! Did Crystal come in with you to do a quick shout out? If not, I will go ahead and do a shout out myself. Thank you for the raid! How was the rest of your Hamtaro stream tonight? Let's see, I'll go ahead and type in for a shout out here. Let's see what clip we got from Queen Katie tonight. And then I'll say my highs and introductions. Ooh, from Slay the Princess. Everybody go check out Queen Katie if you haven't already. If you don't already know her from the community.
Awesome! Awesome to Logan, not awesome to...
That clip talked to me. That said awesome to me.
That's gonna be a clip by accident.
It was. It was a clip. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Let me say hi to everybody. Hi, welcome. How was everybody's weekend? For those who celebrate the 4th of July, I know we have an international community. Not everybody here does, but for those who did, I hope you had a good time. Hope you had some fireworks. I had my birthday the other day, and it was quite fun. Got some new toys, some new Transformers, got some cake, got some cookies, got all sorts of good stuff. But how are all of you? Let's see over on the Twitch side of the chat. Extemporaneous was here early with a lurk and a random Transformers check. Thrash from Earthspark. I've only ever seen one episode of Earthspark's. Thrash, though, I believe was a Terran, a Transformer born on Earth instead of Cybertron. And also, would you rather get a Wagapo? Oh, Hollow Knight Gamer! Hey! Good to see you back here! I was worried that we might only be hanging out a little bit with like the Silk Song streams and stuff like that. I'm glad to see you continuing to hang out with us. How are you doing? I will read every comment. I'm just starting with the beginning, but hi! Welcome. Again, I hope your weekend was awesome. And thank you for the follow again that you gave previously. Let's see, but Extemporaneous before the stream started left a message with a would you rather. Would you rather get a paper cut every time you turn a page or bite your tongue every time you eat? Here's the thing, I would say paper cut because I feel like you can mitigate that by wearing gloves or thimbles or like reading books digitally. Like I could go longer without turning pages than I can without eating. So that's what I would say. And then Rukov was also here, Lee, saying, here comes Logan Robo, tall, quiet, impossible to miss, and somehow always looking like he just wandered in from somewhere more important. He moves with calm confidence. The thing is, you always got to try and figure out who Rukov is actually describing. He moves with calm confidence, owns the room without trying, and occasionally pauses to chew thoughtfully on nearby vegetation. Wait, that's not Logan Robo. That's a moose. It's just a moose. Just any moose, not any particular one. But thank you both Extemporaneous and Rukov. When we started, Oak was here first with a hey longa, and then a whole command. How you doing, Oak? Cypher came in right after saying having a movie night with the boys right now. Nice! What you guys watching? Oak said I've been watching your Silk Song VODs now that I'm ahead of you. Good! Are you gonna be able to hang out? I mean, obviously we're gonna play Deltarune starting next week, but then after chapter 5, we're probably gonna go back for some more Silk Song. So please, I hope you'll be able to join in for those. Cypher says, we just finished watching Adam Sandler's Pixels. My nephew went through a phase where he was obsessed with that movie. So we're deciding on either Cyberpunk Edgerunners or Obsession right now. I just recently started watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners, so I would say that one maybe, because I don't know Obsession at all. And there's Hollow Knight Gamer saying hello. Hi, Hollow Knight Gamer again. Good to see you. Cyber says, oh, it's been a while, huh? It's been a little while. Yeah, it's been a little bit. It's always nice to see you popping in. And there's where Queen Katie's raid was. Let me take a look over the YouTube side of the chat first. Taco saying won't be able to make any stream this week. I'm at a beach. You know what? That's a good reason not to be here. I'd love to be at a beach. It is hot outside. And then Taco says, I'm so green. Well, thank you, Taco, for popping in, brief though it was. And I hope you're enjoying the beach. We'll be able to see you back afterward. Yeah, there's where Queen Katie's raid was on Twitch. Queen said, watch out, the Queen of Raids and her bats are flying into your kingdom. Enjoy the raid. Hollow Knight Gamer says, hello, Logan. Hollow Knight Gamer. And let's see, there was the shout out. Queen says, I had a great stream. Saved 6 loves already so far. Are the hamsters all just in love with each other? Because it's like ham heartbreak, right? I saw there was one named Pepper, which reminded me of my cat Pepper, in love with a character named Oxnard, which is the name of a city in California named after a person, not the anatomical part of an ox, which is what I thought. Because like that would seem gross to me that they would name a city Oxnard. Queen says, my dog says hi. She's on my line. Oh, hey, puppy. Hey, Queen Katie's dog. Hi. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy, Queen Katie's dog? Or good girl? I don't know what you are. And Hollow Knight Gamer says, hi. Queen says, someone is doing fireworks in the neighborhood. Bless my pupper. Aw, I'm sorry. I hope your dog's not too scared. And Hollow Knight Gamer says, I'm good. How about you? I'm doing pretty good. I got like 3 new Transformers for my birthday. One of them is one of my absolute favorite characters. And so he's, I did a little mini photo shoot with him earlier for Vera, but it's this guy right here. And he's just constantly frowning though. He's very, very, if the camera will, I don't know if you can tell, but he's frowning. He's a very frowny guy, but I love him so much. But I want to bother you guys with showing you all my new toys. I got like three Transformers, but you guys don't want to see that. You guys probably want to see this game, don't you? So I've been thinking about last stream quite a bit. In fact, let me go ahead and load up the game so I have something better to look at than the opening menu and talk about where we're at and what I am thinking right now. So last time we were going through our summation examination, and I think where we left off was we'd established that this old man Jur was the surgeon, just coincidentally, that operated on Herlock Sholmes when he was shot by presumably Nash and Ringo, right? And his whole thing is that he treated the wound. There was like an entry wound, no exit wound. So he tried to remove the bullet, but couldn't find the bullet. And ended up opening him up for surgery. No matter where he looked, he could not find the bullet. And so now he's like asking for where's an expert. And we have just a couple of seats down. We have Violent Bolshevik, who is a Russian terrorist, and just bragging about how he is a ballistics expert. So we're gonna pair these two against each other. So I last time, for the longest time, been assuming that he was going to chime in and just point out that and say that he had left the bullet in there an accident, and that's why there'd be a third bullet at the scene to show that there were 3 gunshots fired. But that doesn't seem to be the case. He's now saying that he couldn't find it. And so last time I was putting up theories for what could happen to Herlock. I was saying maybe he was stabbed with but there were also like gunpowder type burns around his stomach. So I was like, he was stabbed by a flamethrower walking cane that maybe Egbert Benedict had or something like that. But I thought about it, and like all joking about flamethrowers and walking canes aside, I think I've got it figured out, okay? I think I've got it figured out, like for realsies. So, I mean, Sherlock Holmes' whole thing is that once you eliminate the impossible, then whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth, right? And so we're trying to say, there's an entry wound, no exit wound, but no bullet inside of him. Where could the bullet have gone? It could not have left his body, so where is it? And I think the most reasonable, logical conclusion that we can draw is there was no bullet. He was not shot with a bullet. And so if we assume that is the truth, then we have to figure out what else could be possible. And we're ignoring flamethrower walking cane. And instead, I'm thinking a gun that fires a blank. Because blanks, like, they don't fire bullets, but they can be really dangerous at point blank range. Like, if you put a blank right up to your skin and fire it, that can be very deadly. It can even be lethal. It's basically kind of like, because there's still like an explosion going on inside the gun. It's just not firing a projectile out, right? And it's kind of like how, speaking of 4th of July, if you have a small firecracker and if you put it in your hand and have your hand flat open like that and explodes, I mean, it'll leave like a scorch and a burn and be painful and everything, but it's not that bad. But if you put it in there and you light it off, and you close your hand around before it explodes, it's containing all the kinetic energy from that explosion, and it's gonna blow your fingers off and tear your hand apart. And so, because like here, it explodes, it has everywhere to go. Here, it has nowhere to go, and so it tears apart your hand. And so if the gun had a blank in it and was put with a barrel right up to Herlock Sholmes' body, then that kinetic energy from the explosion has to go somewhere, and it can't go through the gun because that's a metal barrel, and so what's it gonna do? It's gonna rip into his flesh. It's gonna make a bullet hole but with no bullet because it's a blank. So that's what I'm thinking happened. Now the question is, why would that happen? I think there's a couple of possibilities. I don't think it's necessarily Nash and Ringo doing it, because we do have their gun here. It says, firearm found in the possession of the Skulkin brothers upon their arrest. There are signs that a single round was fired. I mean, I guess it's possible it might have been loaded with a blank. But why? Why would they have a blank in it unless they were trying to stage a crime? Or like, they would have brought that up, especially when we were accusing them of shooting Sherlock Holmes. They would have said like, hey, whoa, we didn't. We had a blank in our gun. So they would have brought that up. So one of two things has to have happened. Either A, I'm still suspecting Egbert Benedict is the murderer, and he might have been on the scene and had a blank in his gun in addition to the bullet that he fired that killed Pop Windybank, right? Or maybe not in addition, because I'm still trying to figure out which bullets are where. I still think it's Windybank's gun. Babanon! Gifting a sub to Extemporaneous! Babanon! How are you, Babanon? Babanon, thank you for this is like a late birthday present. How are you, Babanon? Thank you, Extemporaneous. You once again have access to the Hey channel and all of our emotes and everything like that. Thank you, Babanon. We salute you. We salute you like our troops on Independence Day. But thank you very much. Okay, I will get back to the game soon, but I just want to finish saying out my theory here. So we know that I'm assuming that Windybank's gun is the one that fired and hit Egbert Benedict and left the bullet in the calendar. So that takes care of that gun. We don't know. The Skulkin brothers' gun might have been used by Egbert Benedict to shoot Pop Windybank, and there might be a third gun that had the blanks in it. That I don't know the logistics of all that, but I think it was either Egbert Benedict fired a blank, point blank, at Sherlock Holmes and ripped into his flesh because the explosion has to go somewhere. And I think that's what Violent Bolshevik is going to tell us when we consult him in the moment as a ballistics expert. The other possibility, though, is that if Egbert Benedict was already gone, because we walked in, we didn't see him. We saw the Skulkin brothers. And so if he was already gone, it is possible. I'm going back to, you guys are going to hate me for this. I'm going back to Susato shooting Sherlock. Because hear me out on this, okay? We saw the scene where it flashed over to the hospital early this morning before she left. And Sherlock was awake and he was talking to her like, oh, everything's going according to plan, just as keikaku type of stuff there. What if, for some reason we don't quite know yet, Sherlock wanted Susato to help him stage his own getting shot? I still don't know why. It might have something to do with a Sherlock Holmes story. We have the Reichenbach Falls, the waterfalls that Sherlock Holmes famously fell off of to his death fighting Moriarty in the final solution, and then was later found to be, it's like, no, he staged his death, he's still alive because people wanted more Sherlock Holmes stories. And that could also tie into the Hound of Baskervilles, because that story was released, I think, after the final solution. Well, it's the final solution, is that what it's called? Final something, final problem, final something or other. But it took place before it. And then after that it was like, okay, well, he's back. So the timing of that might work. So this is what I'm thinking. It was a blank fired either by Egbert Benedict, but we don't know why he would be there. Or might have even been a blank in the Skulkin brothers' gun and they just didn't know it was a blank. Or it could have been Susato doing it to stage his fake death for some reason, just figuring he'd survive and didn't realize how damaged he would be and he would need surgery. So that's what I'm thinking for right now. That was a lot of talking, though. So how are all of you guys? See, Queen said also 125 stream streak. Merry Streakmas! Thank you, Queen Katie, for being here for 125 streams. Hot Night Gamer says, I left another stream to come here. Oh, wow! You did? Thank you! That is so nice of you. Holy crap! 25 gifted subs? Am I reading that right? 20? Holy crap. Thank you, Batman Han. Well, first of all, I feel a little bit bad that you're doing it today instead of last stream, because that would have been another discounted day. But thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I need to go over and look at who all these gifted subs are for. Oh, I needed to click out of this, first of all. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Babanon is gifting subs to Teary Eye, D&D, Hollow Knight Gamer, Chaz and Fishant, Petch Plays, Mousy May, Melancholy Fox, Omari, Dynamaxing, Kaifi the Pulsar, Eli SF, Sartorius, hope I'm saying these right, Daedala, Tuppy the Top Hatter, Remy, Syraphy Charisma, Xenos Minion, Anytime Ash, Angry Soric, Benny Oxa, EP Slay, Sovereign Mochi, Cypher, Melody Elrod, and Quiche. Oh my gosh! And we're instantly at a level 6 hype train. On the YouTube side, I promise I'll get to YouTube in a minute. I'm a little bit distracted with what's going on Twitch over here. I mean, you're seeing all the names presenting onto the screen. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, Batman On. For all of you people, if any of you are lurking, and you just got gifted a sub by Batman On for this birthday bonanza of subs, you now have access to our bevy of emotes. You are immune to ads. If you have joined our Discord and sync up your Twitch account with your Discord account, you have access to our subscriber exclusive channels, including the Hey Hey channel, where people just say hey hey. And you also have my sincere appreciation and thanks for just being awesome. So thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Let me go over to YouTube and say hi over there while the pring-prings are still happening. Let's see. Dermo says, morning. How you doing, Dermo? Toshi says, good morning, everyone. How you doing, Toshi? Tober says, hi, Toshi. Toshi says, sorry, I can't stay. I have an extra 2 hours later. I just want to wish you a good day/night, guys. Oh, an exam 2 hours later. Thank you for being here, Toshi. Good luck on the exam. Break a leg. I hope it goes well. Dermo says, Logan, all roads lead to Susato Robo. I just think it would be dandy if our weird girl sidekick, if not doing a murder, at least participated in something murder adjacent. I mean, that'd be fun, right? But again, thank you so much. I think that was the last of the pring-prings for all the subs. So thank you so much, Batman On. Like, wait, there's more? Oh no, I guess, maybe that wasn't the right order. Okay, they were slightly out of order from how I read them. But thank you so much, Batman On. There is still more. There is still more. I'll just read a couple more comments in the chat, and then we will get to the game once all this is done. Let's see. Oak says, I've been watching a ton of House, and I'm finally on the last season. Oh, so you're going to get ahead of me because I never finished the final season. It just went like so off the rails, I felt like, in that last season. Cyrus says, it's really good. Yeah, I'm going for Edge Runners. It's one of my favorites. Well, and the second season is coming out soon, right? And I think Clancy Brown is going to be in it, and he's always great. Oak says, to be honest, I've been a little annoyed with the direction House has been taking since halfway through season 7. That is legitimate, to be totally fair. Cypher says, anyways, we just turned on Cyberpunk. Later, Logan, have a good rest of your stream. Thank you for being here. Enjoy Cyberpunk, Cypher. Oak said they just randomly started erasing all of House's character development. Yeah, they really did. It kind of feels like they didn't expect it to keep going. It's like it felt like they were ready to end it, and it's like, oh, I guess we gotta just keep going. Oak says they spent 7 seasons building House Tiki into an incredibly complex but lovable character, and then just decided, nah, never mind, I take it back. Hudaba?
I spent all my money on Fate Go, so this is all I got.
Thank you. That's 100 bits. That is appreciated. Thank you so much, Omari. How are you?
Batman On has given me a message in private. They say this is a late gift for your birthday, and I waited for full price.
Can you please do, Batman On, I guess you can hear me, so I can just say it. I don't need to relay it via message. But thank you so much. Like, I can never thank you enough. I really appreciate it. Okay, if you want to send a message and also express my heartfelt and sincere gratitude, please. I said and sincere, not insincere, in case I was slurring that too much. Please do. Also, less than 10 seconds left on the hype train. So thank you very much for, it was mainly Batman On, but thank you also to Omari and to Oak and everyone. 2, 1, and choo-choo, y'all. The hype train is pulled into the station. Level 6, 62%. Wait, 26 sub gifts. Oh, is there an extra one? Oh, no, there was before, because before the 25. Let's see what my hype chest is. It's the Winnie Huh emote, which just looks like a cow, kind of chewing cud, I assume. That's what cows chew. So, yeah, I guess we should play a game. I mean, I was fine with just doing that for like 3 hours of just like gifted subs, but we should play a game. Sorry, I need some water. Okay, so I explained my theory. It makes sense. The new theory is that it's not a flamethrower or walking cane. It It was a gun firing blanks, but because it was at point blank range with the barrel right up to Herlock, it blasted into him, left a wound looking like a gun entry wound, but with no actual bullet. And that the reason why the surgeon could not find a bullet in him is because there is no bullet. It was a blank. And I think that's what we're going to confirm with Violent Bolshevik. And the gun, I believe, was fired either... I mean, it could have been fired, I guess, by Nash or Ringo. I think Ringo... Was Ringo the one that had the gun? I can't remember which. By one of them... And they just didn't know that there was a blank in it because they would have brought that up in their testimony to defend themselves. Like, no, it couldn't have hurt him. It was a blank. So either they did it unknowingly. I think but except that they still shot at Herlock. So yeah, I think maybe that they were given a blank unknowingly and they did it. So I guess it probably isn't Susato doing it, faking his being shot. But there's also, we do need to figure out one more thing, and that is that when we went to the shop late at night, I'm pretty sure that the lamp was still in one piece before Herlock was shot, but then when we returned the next morning, the lamp was shattered. And so that will play into it somehow. So unless the lamp, instead of glass, is made of like sugar, and that fired off and a piece of shrapnel went into Herlock and it dissolved in his body juices because it's sugar, I don't know. I really don't know at all. But let's play some of the game and find out what happens. So yeah, we're gonna pit this statement of juror number 4 against Violent Bolsheviks. The mystery of where that bullet ended up is infuriating. Where's an expert when you need one? And we're gonna pit your statement against Violent Bolshevik, saying, I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns. Objection. Those two statements clearly contradict ... the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. Yeah, we're actually helping you. You want a ballistics? There's one right here. He can help you out. I don't just pit you against each other. Sometimes I am helpful. I am being nice. You're a nice old man, and he's a nice Russian terrorist. He's a mouse. He's probably nice to his mouse, except when he squeezes it. Oh, a ballistics expert. Pitting. P-I-T... I see a Pittsburgh here. I do not see pitting. On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers, but since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, at the very least, this should show that, yeah, that can't be his bullet. We should know that already because we tested the blood and it's the same blood as Edgar Benedict, which we ought to be able to verify even further by going and testing Herlock's blood type with Iris's gases. A bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. But he was there before he was shot, you dingus. Bullets can't time travel. Juror number 6. Hello, my name is Violent. Pleased to meet you. Don't say your real name! You're in hiding, bro! My name is Violent Bolshevik. I am Russian terrorist here to blow up Crystal Tower. I am not those things. This apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery? Oh, no. Oh, I love the smell of my fingertips. I was scratching in a wheel of cheese earlier. Oh, that's why my mouse loves me so much. I have cheese fingers. Oh. And I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. Huh? It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along Mountain Road in freezing cold, and I get my own unique music playing for this. This is my Russian backstory theme. Golly! The snow is piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. 9 pursuers had hunting rifles, and they were on dog sleds. Mental note, don't ask too many questions. I was shot from behind, and you're too late. You give love a bad name, and I fell down in snow. pure white snow and bled out artistically and died. And this situation was very similar to what I heard today from doctor. They could not find bullet in my body. And no sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Then where did the bullet go? There was none. Bullet never hit me. See? He's gonna say it was a blank. I'm gonna be right. But if it never hit you, why did you fall down? Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side. Okay, so it's not a blank. There is a bullet, but it's that it hit. Wait, but how does this make a bullet entry wound though? But it hit the lamp that we saw in the shop. What? One small piece very sharp broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. Okay, so it's not a blank. I was completely wrong about that. It is a piece of glass shrapnel from the lamp. It made deep wounds that look just like bullet wound. Good gracious! Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. Glass doesn't melt, though. Was that lamp made of ice? And yet the solution to mystery of disappearing bullet. Oh, the cheesy fingers. Oh, so good. But that doesn't answer my question at all. Huh? A shooting happened at a pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country. Oh. Huh. Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. No? Where exactly was Hurley shot again? In his body! Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around, this area. Lying. I can bow! What's happening?
Especially in
Oh, Celeste!
Boys, I didn't have to get him to agree. Then did you use
Celeste. Don't like that, Celeste.
boobs?
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, she was talking about using her boobs. I forgot about that.
Kyoko. I used my boobs.
She used her boobs. So thank you. Whoever was. Oh, Crystal! I should read some more of the chat. Actually, let me wait till we get some background music, then I'll read some more of the chat. According to the report, in his stomach, sort of around this area, I think. I'll rub my tummy right around here. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. Hang on. I need to do something. I need to check something. This is important. This is important. I'm gonna bring up the clip of the scene where it happened. Is that what it is that you guys can see in the animated cutscene? Is his belt or his pouch unbelted? Let's see. I gotta find it. It's somewhere around here. Hang on, just a minute. Where the crap is it? You know, I'm gonna have to pull it up off of Discord apparently, since it's not showing up here. I hope it wasn't like deleted or something. Let's see. Okay, here it is. And let's copy this link. And I'm gonna load this up into what we normally use for our clip viewer to watch this. I mean, it is a clip, so I guess we're viewing a clip. So hang on. I'm gonna load this up on the stream so we can check this out. So this was the cutscene. One light in the darkness, going out as Sholmes dies. Oh, this is very dramatic. So but the lamp was also shattered. I could be ready to pause it as soon as. And that's his pouch. It's right there. It's kind of hard to see the dark, but there's his pouch, and there's even a strap, and the strap is all loose. So it hit his pouch. So is it going to be that he probably didn't have ice in there. Maybe it hit some of his caramel, and his caramel went into his body and just dissolved? So is that what I was supposed to see? When you guys were talking about, oh my gosh, the clue, you can actually see it in the animated cutscene. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's keep going. Once again, once it goes to background music, I will read some chat. Find out if that's what it was. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. He is, after all, a marsupial. Yeah, pouch. Keeps his joeys in it. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials with a pH of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. And like nobody at the scene made a note that, oh, the bullet went through his pouch. There was a bullet hole in his pouch. Okay, now that we got some background music, I can read some chat. Let's see. Quickity says, I have Kit Kats and the dog under my desk. I don't have any Kit Kats. I do got some chocolates here in case I need some in the other room. Once again, I got cake and cookies. If anybody wants some very delicious birthday cake and birthday cookies, come on over. Oak says, Logan, what are your thoughts on Masters in-house? Oh, wait, crap. Wait, which character was Masters? Let me go. House, MD, and... Oh, I didn't like her. I did not like her. I mean, at first she was fine, but like then like as time went on, she just really started annoying me. I feel bad saying that, but yeah, I was not a fan. Atlantic says, hello, yellow, and a lurk. Thank you, Atlantic, for popping in, saying hi. Thank you for the lurk. And Hollow Knight Gamer with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Hollow Knight Gamer. Dynamaxing says, me knowing everything and not wanting to spoil yet, so I was way off. Quita says, thank you, lol. I was watching a different streamer this morning and a chatter literally almost spoiled them about RNG daily interaction in Genshin. The audacity, lol. Also, sorry, Logan, I zoned out on your theory, lol. Apparently it doesn't matter, because I was wrong. And there's the 25 gifted subs. Thank you again, Batman on. Quickity says, Oak says, holy crap. Omari says, yo, did I get a sub? You did. Dynamaxing says, holy. Quickity says, hype trade level 6. Wow. Dynamaxing says, I wish I could thank them, but they are anonymous. Well, it's Batman on. Batman on sometimes pops in as Batman on 26, but that is an alt account for a mysterious patron within our community. Omari says, thanks. Hollow Knight Gamer says, thank you. Dynamaxing says, thank you, random stranger, for the sub. Hollow Knight Gamer says, thank you. And a lurk. Thank you again for lurk, Hollow Knight Gamer. Quickity says, aw, my poor puppy, still at my legs under the desk. Aw. And then there's Hollow Knight Gamer with an emote. Oh, using the emotes already. Let me take a look over YouTube chat. Dermot says, Logan, your Russian voice is slowly devolving into Borat impression. Because I think before I just wanted to do like, characters that do a Russian accent. Now I'm trying very hard to do, he has a Russian accent but can't speak English, and yeah, you're right, it's turning into Borat. I am so sorry. I really want this flavor of he does not understand the language at all. Dermot says, I 100% thought it was going to be he was hit with shrapnel fragment from the bullet, especially with old guns, the bullets can often come out of the barrel in pieces, and it was just a tiny piece. And that would have, I guess, made sense too, but then you could try and say, oh, if he's a good doctor, he'd find the piece of shrapnel. So we got to explain why the shrapnel would evaporate. And maybe we'll find out that but why would the glass not be there? I mean, glass doesn't dissolve. In fact, you do want that out because glass is very sharp and dangerous, right? Unless we're going to say, yeah, it was like sugar glass or something. Let's see, and Dermot says, shouldn't the floor be covered in whatever substance was in the vial? I would think, or at least the inside of the pouch. Are they dangerous on their own, or are they only dangerous when they mix? I'm assuming, I guess the game will answer this in a minute. So that's not an issue, just informing you. It is becoming Borat. Okay, well, thank you for the information. I appreciate that. Let me read one or two more quick comments on Twitch. We'll get back to the game because I got so far behind already. Queen says, I may be a little delayed in the guide and spoiler clips because of this. My puppy goes first, law. As your dog should. If Pepper wanted to sit on my lap while I stream, she would get like the first priority for all my attention. Queen said, speaking of spoiler clips, after this jury moment, I'm sharing one, lol. And Bubba says, yo, Robot Man, how you doing, Bumbo? Good to see you. You got here just in time for the hype train to wound down. And Bumbo says, that is sweet of them. Okay, I'm assuming that was talking about Batman. Let's get back in the game. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. What? Really? See, this is... Was this ever mentioned before? I mean, I guess you see it on his character design, but was it ever mentioned that he had glass files in his pouch? Maybe it was. And if so, good on the game for that foreshadowing. But if they're just like pulling this out of nowhere now, then it's like there's no way we should have been able to figure this out. Ha! Doctor! Give me the news! Where is the pouch? pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
Well, a fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as I remember.
Susato took it. So Susato is complicit in. I wonder if as he was laying there and as we chased Nash and Ringo out into the street, I guess Herlock must have said to Susato, please take my files. The chemical compounds in there are highly illegal. If I may. Lord Van Seeks, you never speak up during a summation examination. It must be important. No, I just need to go tinkle. I've been drinking a lot of wine. I am smashed and very...
Logan, Herlock literally winked one vial from his pouch in his introduction scene, and I'm pretty sure is in his design too.
Okay. Yes, he yoinked a vial. I didn't remember that was from his pouch. I remember him pulling out a vial and didn't he use it to like get the fingerprints or handprint marks on the wardrobe, on the garderobe. Okay, so I guess they did foreshadow it. But at the same time, like Gregson should have. Well, I guess it was covered up. It was covered up by Susato. She took the pouch. So I do feel a little bit better than knowing that at least they showed a music box. I'd forgotten about that. So yes, and I think didn't Gexy like loaded it into his gas gun or something. All right. I'll accept this, but thank you for the 10 bits.
While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
So the police didn't see it. Did Susato deliver it to Van Zeeks? And if so, why would she not just deliver it to us? Sorry?
As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Okay, so they did see it, so never mind. I still want Susato to be doing crime. I'm gonna find some crime that Susato did by the end of this.
Oh, thank goodness! I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment. I'm glad that I'm not forgetful. Well, am I in a courtroom? What year is it? Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred.
Okay, and I believe it. Despite the fact that Van Zeeks is an antagonist in this, I think he has integrity. If he says it, then that's true. Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand the prosecution present the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch! Bringing forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch! Bringing forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch! I see. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it? Look at that! So one of the 3 vials is shattered. One of the files is broken and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded. Okay, so he wasn't actually shot at point blank range. The burn marks are from the chemical exploding. I totally had all the evidence I needed to be able to guess this prior to this point. It exploded? So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin Brothers gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
And it was the glass foil exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate the victim. Victim penetrated bullet. I mean, it was deflected into wall of shop. No. Because that bullet was already, I need to go back and watch the VOD. That bullet, I promise you that bullet was already, or at least the calendar was already messed up. It'd be a crazy coincidence if the other bullet just happened to hit the exact same spot that a previous bullet had hit that calendar.
Burp. A delightfully complex aroma.
He's gonna say this doesn't change anything though, right? Well, it would appear that one mystery has been solved at least. By the way, guilty!
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and burgling brothers. That's pretty good, right? That's some good alliteration. Not only do they start with B's, they sound very similar. Shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man. Guilty.
Thank you very much. Glad I could help. Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester this scruffy pouch as evidence. Who are these pouches? It's scruffy! Sholmes' pouch has been entered into the court record. The pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing around his waist at the time of the shooting. One of the glass files is smashed, and there are scorch marks around it. Well, I mean, it makes sense just one. I mean, you look at those. You look at those files, and two of them. It's like I would pass that one. I would smash that broken file so much. All right, let's examine it. So that's where it like burst through, I guess. Let's look at the other files first. These glass files are full of Hurley's homemade potions. Homemade? Yeah, like fingerprint powder to show up where people have touched things. Okay, so we do have some of that fingerprint technology. And scent amplifying solution to intensify a smell lingering on an object. We also use it when he farts. That's amazing. Yeah, farts are amazing. They're all very easy to use. There's just one thing you have to be careful of. They're all very flammable. Mr. Sholmes is a walking bomb. Either he's passionate about finding out the truth or just oblivious to the dangers. Okay, will it say the same thing if I click the other file? These last files full of that fart joke, yeah, explosions, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what if we look at the blank? Okay, don't have anything with blank space. Let's look at the strap. It's really scorched badly just here. Whoa, that strap is broken! Look! It must be where the bullet hit then. Let me see. Can we open it? Ah, there's the bullet. So we found our third bullet. Let's look. I want to look at the back side first before we click at a bullet. Oh, look, there's a hole here at the back. It doesn't look much like a bullet hole, but clearly something's ripped through the leather with great force. Something must have pierced it somehow to have left this hole behind. Yes. It looks that way. Just don't tell Oak about these holes. Mr. Sholmes and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they? Look at the bottom. Oh, that's probably the glass files again, I bet. I think, maybe? Or is that something different? Because now I can click this one. This file has been smashed to pieces. Presumably, this is where the bullet struck.
Hey, get your tongue away from there, mister.
It was my birthday Friday. I can put my tongue in whatever I want. That's the rule, right? Put it in some birthday cake before I can put it in toxic files. But thank you very much to the 10 bits, Oak. I will read a couple more comments to the chat because I am very far behind already. But I hope you guys are having a fun time so far tonight. Bobo says, that is sweet of them. Or read that Quigita says, okay, puppy has gone over to dad. I repeat, the pupper went to Pops. Hollow Knight Gamer says, I just got a new side table. Ooh, nice. Like for, is it glass? Is it wood? Is it fancy? What are you going to put on it? Nice. Quigita says, Crystal tried to trigger my shout out, but joke's on them. I shut it off ages ago because it broke a bit. Lol. Crystal says, boo. Okay, Hollow Knight Gamer with a clip. Hang on, those who are lurking or are new or don't know the deal, if someone posts a clip into the chat, we load it up into our clip viewer and we watch it together. This clip by Hollow Knight Gamer is titled New Clip. Appropriate title. Let's check out what this is from 16 minutes ago. So that's how far behind I am right now. Let's see this. In his stomach. Sort of around this area. Lion. I can bow! What's happening? Oh, Celeste. Celeste. I like that Celeste. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, boobs. Oh yeah, she was talking about using her boobs. I forgot about that. Yeah.
She used her boobs. She used her boobs.
So thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that. Quiga says, did he get burned by a chemical? Apparently, that's what it looks like here. Oak says, well, I loved Masters. Early on, I think I liked her. I don't know, maybe it was just like the fact that she always looked like she was just scowling. You know what she reminded me a little bit of? Have you ever watched the show 24? Like Chloe on 24. She's just always like, Yeah, early on, I think I liked her, but she eventually started to wear on me. Just a little bit. I would ask about another thing, but I don't know how far into the season you are for like what other characters you have and haven't met yet. Oak says, I had the opposite reaction. I didn't like her at first and loved her later. Oh, at first she was such a goody two-shoes that it was actually causing patients to die. Crystal says, also apparently Discord AI is going crazy and has a flaw and is banning people that send photos with grids. Be careful what you post as getting flagged as that kind of bad stuff there. What do you mean with like grids? You mean just like any photo that has a grid on it? Okay, don't post grids. That's so weird. And Queen says, the what AI? Oh, right, I forgot about the dumb thing Discord's doing. Huh. Let me take a look over YouTube chat. Let's see. Dermo says, in Mother Russia, man penetrate bullet, not bullet penetrate man. Oh, good old Yakov Smirnov. And Dermo says, also, who does an explosion create a bullet-like wound? That is a good question, because like earlier, last stream when I was talking about maybe it was a stabbing, wasn't you, Dermo, who was saying that no, the wound would look different. If there was a piece of glass, that wouldn't leave it like a round bullet hole, leave like a slash. I mean, maybe it is just that he's a bad doctor. Maybe back in those days, they just didn't know much about bullets. I don't know. Said it can't be the glass shrapnel because they didn't find glass in him, and explosions aren't known for lacerating. So it might still be similar to what I was saying about a blank, that it was just the impact of the explosion. Or maybe, like, if we take a look at the pouch here, there's like a button. But again, well, you'd find a button in it. You'd find something in him. It has to be something that would, like, dissolve in the human body. That's why I was saying earlier, maybe like sugar glass. Because I think that's the type of glass they sometimes use for, like, breakaway type of things. But he wouldn't put, like, files of chemicals in sugar glass, right? And the Derma says, Logan, the 3 files, smash, marry, kill. Well, okay, I'll tell you. The smash one, we obviously smash, because it is already smashed. The pink one, we would marry, because it's blushing and it loves us. And the yellow one, we kill, because it reminds me of pee. So there we go. That is the smash, marry, kill. And thank you for saying smash instead of F. Okay, let's play a little bit more here. Presumably, this is where the bullet struck. As soon as the bullet hit the chemical in that file, there would have been a really big explosion! A big explosion? Well, Hurley's potions and chemicals are amazingly useful for the investigation work he does. But they're also quite tricky to handle. Safely at least, they're very dangerous. Oh. I'm sure that when this file broke, the chemical inside would have ignited. Note to self, always walk on the right-hand side of Sholmes in the future. The left is the danger zone. Okay, and I don't think we can get anything with the straps up here. Because there are, like, buttons, although that button is still there. There's nothing that... Maybe there was, like, formerly, like, a big... I don't know, maybe this is where he kept his caramel attached on the back, too? I'm not sure, but let's click on the bullet, and that'll be the important evidence that we'll need to show that there was a third bullet on the scene. This one. What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was. Do you see it? Ah! Yes! The Skullcat Brothers bullet! What a stroke she just had. It's very sad. Oh, and of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is there were 3 bullets fired at Windy Banks that night. Honestly, this alone should be enough to clear our client. All we gotta do is demonstrate now that the bullet in the calendar was not the one that hit Herlock, which this does. We show the blood there, that it belongs to Eggert Benedict. And then just say, yeah, that went from Windy Bank, obviously, because he would have had to fire that beforehand. Yeah, we got it. Then it has to have been a third different gun that hit Windy Bank that is not the gun that Gina was holding. We found exactly what that juror was talking about. The third bullet. It's time to press that juror again. I think, press that juror. Oh, the third bullet has been entered into the court record. A projectile we discovered lodged in Mr. Sholmes' pouch. It caused one of the files to explode, injuring Mr. Sholmes. When we said press that juror, like, do we mean the one who was asking about the bullet, or do we mean old man again? Now the summation examination continuation. It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion. Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to turn this around. Somehow, I'm sure of it. What do you mean somehow? Like that, all the pieces have fallen neatly into place. Can we examine the bullet anymore? Look at that. Look at that bullet. Look at that bullet. Oh, look at that. It's all smashed in the front. That's where it got smashed. Can we just like click any part of the bullet? This is the bullet that was fired from the Skulkin brothers' gun on the night of the incident.
Yeah, so it turns out it never actually entered Hurley's body at all. He's still a virgin.
Thanks to the thick leather of that pouch he was wearing, it saved him.
Hurley's always lucky like that, but not with the ladies. He's still a virgin.
Well, considering what he had to go through in hospital, I wonder how lucky he really was.
Oh dear, poor Hurley. He's a virgin.
Okay, anything else? Can we look at the front? Because it's like colored different. We get that? Is it same dialogue? This is the okay, never mind. Let's get out of here. Alright. You just want to see what extra dialogue we got. Okay, so why not? Let's press him. Let's see what else he says. Now the mystery of where that bullet ended up has been solved. I feel much better. Hold it! Then I ask you to reconsider your leading, sir!
Oh no, that's another matter entirely.
Sorry?
All I can think about for the moment is this wonderful sense of relief I have that the mystery is solved. I need some time to let that sink in before I could possibly consider anything else.
All right. I thought surgeons had to be able to think quickly.
Perhaps we should leave him alone for now while he savors his inner peace and focus on some of the other jurors.
I suppose we'll have to. I wish I had the chance to experience inner peace sometimes. Huh. Okay, I think it was the maid that wanted to know where there was another bullet, right? Yeah, only 2 bullets found at the scene, so let's save, because I don't think we've even saved tonight. We're almost an hour into stream, and I have not saved yet. Save. Save my poggers. Oh, save my poggers. And now we'll press this statement again. Because this is the one I think earlier had like question, like, do you have proof? And now we will be able to have proof. But I'm going to read a couple more comments to the chat first because I am still behind. Let's see. Oak says, later, she was a very good doctor who still had an actual moral compass. And that's the thing, like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You gave my bro Big Love C tier. And that's Mr. Terrific from Superman. You gave Mr. Terrific from Superman C tier. Crystal says, Discord AI that is trained to recognize and ban people who send inappropriate materials. This is, apparently grids are inappropriate. How does a grid trigger something like that? Quita says, oh, not what I thought it was. That's worse somehow. Crystal says, I'll send it in the Discord general. Hold on. Don't send any grids, though. You'll get banned. Quita says, Logan, stop sussing Susato. But she has sus in her name. She's not Susato. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. She's Susato. Susato. She's a Sussy Baka Atto. Dynamaxing says, it kills me every time. And Crystal says, Sussy Baka Susato. See? What did I tell you? Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Let's see. Taco says, I am so green. Welcome back, Taco! How are you doing? Welcome back. And Dura says, Taco! How you doing? Okay. I gotta play a little bit more here. Then I will be back to the chat. I promise I will be back to the chat. Okay. It's the number of bullets that has you convinced?
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. I sure hope you're not all talking about a 3rd gun and a 3rd firing a few moments ago when I was not paying attention. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table set. Okay, this is the same dialogue that we had before, so we just got to get to the point where it asks us if we have evidence, yeah? Evidence that there was another bullet fired, gun, whatever. If there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position. A third bullet somewhere on the scene? Could that be possible? I can prove it! Uh-huh. Allow me to show you then the third bullet. That apparently, like, Van Zeek's never bothered to look at the pouch. It was right there. He's bad at this. Present!
Take that!
Here it is. We discovered it just as we did. Not Van Zeek's. Not Van Zeek's. Honestly, again, this ought to be enough. Like, this covers everything. Yes! On the night in question in Winnipeg's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired!
Hold it!
I can blow!
What is this new trickery, you Japanese conjurer? He's trying to open pouches, bro. Open a pouch sometime. Where did you find that bullet?
It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. We were doing that over here. Were you not watching me?
What?
This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one. Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night? Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch, and then we'll be able to show the colored blood type stuff on the other thing. The thing that was green on the disc and show it's Edgar Benedict's blood that's on the calendar, right? But that makes no sense whatsoever. It makes sense if our client didn't do it. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. Two guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence. Yes, that of Mr. Windybank and that belonging to the Skulkin brothers. I can count to 2. I can only count to 4. It's the highest I can go. There's a song about it and everything. An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. But that must mean... That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Order! Stop being so dramatic, Lord Van Zeeks. While this summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As it is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. Oh, by Jupiter. What? Bailiff! Bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. I just want to see them again. They're adorable. Hubbub, they are adorable. They are so adorable. Okay, so apparently the judge can do pretty much whatever he wants. That is good to know. Hi, Gregson. I missed you. Witnesses! Governor. All right, I got to read some more in the chat. Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? All right, now I can read some chat. Let's see. I need to have a sip of water as well. We're like 10 seconds now away from the 1 hour mark. Oh, I should probably also save again, but I want to read some more in the chat. Bumbo says, is he going to catch up again tonight? Probably not nearly as early as I did last time, but I'm getting there. Hollow Knight Gamer says, Clipception. Oh yeah, okay, we got a clip here. I'm gonna check to see if this is a Clipception clip. Now the thing is, Hollow Knight Gamer, we have had multiple occasions in the past where we've started to create Clipceptions and have had to create kind of an unofficial, what do we call it, a moratorium on that. So I'll see if that's what it is. If it is, we probably won't play through the whole thing because I don't want it to turn into like a whole bunch of Clipception stuff. Yeah, because it is. It's just, there we go. So that's fun. That is delightful. And thank you very much for the clip. I do appreciate it, but we don't want to create like yet another one of those. So thank you very much, Hollow Knight Gamer. Melanie Elron!
thank you for the gift sub, Anonymous. I know it was from Batmanon. Melanie Elrod, I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, you now are immune to ads, have access to our emotes, Discord exclusive channels. And if you are here, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm gonna take a look over to YouTube chat. Dermo says, Taco! Taco says, I will stay, hey! My profile picture is Maya again. Oh, it is! How was the beach then? Did you enjoy it? Said Dermo, are you green? And Dermo says, yes, Dermo looks blue on my end. Oh, it seems inconsistent, I think. Okay, let's get back in the game for a bit. Were you listening to the proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination?
We was, Governor, we was.
Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make of it, Gov. You make nothing of nothing if I can't help it.
Is it one of yours?
Blimey, Gov, blimey, not a chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice?
And that was earlier that the Ringo was like,
We gotta tell him, we gotta tell him.
And he's like, no, we can't tell him anything. What, hey, what? Oh, never. Skulking brothers work alone. Although there used to be 3 brothers. Maybe Egbert Benedict is their secret 3rd brother.
It's just the 2 of us, that's our trademark.
How soon we forget poor Sulky.
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The 3rd bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Loomy, that's an head scratch. That's a head scratcher. Ooh. Counsel for the defense. Yes. Why? I was yeah. I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. I'm gonna save, because I don't know what thoughts you want to hear from me. I am not good at thoughts. I think tonight and my theories earlier have more than demonstrated I am not good at thoughts. Let's see. The 3rd bullet and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came. Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what the 3rd bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. They had a secret accomplice. They had another gun. It's nothing to do with them. They had a secret accomplice. Ha-cha! On that night at Windy Bank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a 3rd man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. But the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present, someone carrying a gun. Hubbub. I hope he's even tinier.
Objection!
Yeah. Glug. Is he gonna say that? Oh, he's probably gonna say, well, if there was a 3rd one, fired a 3rd gun, one went in the calendar, one went into Sholmes, it's just still gonna leave Gina. But we need to figure out which bullets went to what's and how's.
An accomplice, you say? Pig swill.
Huh? That's what pigs swill.
These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a 3rd man, except for the times that they were clearly covering up the existence of a 3rd man. But other than that, if this apparently wraith-like being exists, the court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed.
And we're just going to show the blood portfolio, the green color. Queen Katie, did you mark another goblet? Burstin'.
The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character.
Even if we did not have the green blood, just the very fact that there is blood splattered on the calendar that could not have come from Herlock Sholmes shows that there was another person, because nobody else there has another bullet wound that would have splattered blood over there. And then, yeah, after that, so we're going to present the calendar in the blood portfolio. Then after that, we'll be able to present the disc with the green blood on to show that it's Egbert Benedict. Pin message from Queen Katie, pinned by Chris, says 12 shattered glass. I wish Vera was here to enjoy all the shattered glass. The identity of this spurious character. I'm going to read some more in the chat, though. Queen says to Hollow Knight Gamer, please try not to do too many Clipception clips. We've done that before, and it eventually got annoying. Yeah, I mean, but it is one of the things that's understandable that someone new that doesn't know that would come in and it's like, this is a funny thing, because it is a funny thing. But after we've done it enough times, we went really deep into Clipception the first time. Crystal says, yeah, apparently such as Minecraft inventory, Deltarune UI, spreadsheets, Google Doc tablets, etc. So, okay, so even just like a chart? So not even like a grid, like a map showing longitude and latitude, just anything that, wow. Oh, that is not good. Queen says, I hope this only happens to newer posts, because I did post spreadsheets before in spoiler chat for spoiler clips sneak peeks. Crystal said, there are no signs of issues yet so far from other people other than what I sent, but it's better to be safe for now. Queen says, okay, spoiler clip time, yay! Twitch stop buffering. Okay, so let's load this up in our clip viewer. So for those who are new, lurking, don't know the deal, as I said before, if someone posts a clip, we watch a clip. But we also have a few community members. Queen Katie is one of the main people who does this, who from time to time create what we've come to call spoiler clips. This is when something will happen on an earlier stream where I will either guess something very wrong, guess something really, I guess I'm either right or wrong, or accidentally foreshadow something or whatever, and we see it together and laugh at the hapless struggles of past Logan. So this clip is from 3 days ago, titled, I gotta scroll down in it. It only says right and, but if I look at the thing over here in the chat, it says right and yet wrong. Let's see what this is.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember.
That's the same thing you said before about leaving something in. Is he the doctor that did Herlock's surgery? I was right about that. I kind of half-heartedly joked last time that maybe he left his wristwatch in. You know what it is? Left a bullet. It's going to be that he left the bullet in. And it's going to prove that I was right. Unfortunately, I was right that I was paying close enough attention, and that is not the bullet that hit Herlock Sholmes. No, okay, I was right about that as well. That part I was right about. The bullet is still inside of him. That part I was wrong about. That there was some other gun firing. I feel like I was 2/3 correct in there. But it's just that the old man thought that the bullet was in there, so I will count that as mostly close. So thank you very much, Queen Katie, for the spoiler clip. Almost says, would you say that this bullet ... reveals the truth? It's like a Danganronpa trigger happy havoc. Queen says, we basically have one big paragraph left on this page, then we move on to page 7. Feels like we still have so much to do. Queen Katie with a timestamp, 53 minutes, 44 seconds. Okay, so I'm like 15 minutes behind, not too bad. And Queen Katie with a hydrate command, thank you very much. I will do that right now. Then I'll check YouTube chat, then we'll get back in the game. Over on YouTube, let's see. Taco says to Dermo, you seem happy. I'm in a room with my sister and 2 of my cousins right now. Say hi to all of them. I don't know if you're allowing them to see the stream, but if so, hi, sisters and cousins and relatives of Taco. I assume you are all various types of Mexican food as well. Taco says, I just finished a Wrightworth fanfic that was 700,000 words long. Okay, reading or writing it? Speaking of which, I saw a thing. Did you guys see this news story that kind of went viral the other day? That was saying that they found one user online that was using some generative AI program and was using it to generate literally over 10,000 fanfics of Doki Doki Literature Club characters being pregnant. Just like fanfics about them being pregnant and giving birth. 10,000 fanfics from one person about DDLC characters being pregnant and giving birth. I feel like that's a bit much. And might also skew the average on how many fanfics people generate in their lives. It was all generative AI stuff. It wasn't even writing, it was just telling AI. That's gotta like poison the well in some way. You know how like when several months ago, might have been a year ago, they were doing all those Miyazaki Studio Ghibli style generative AI things, and they kind of left a permanent like yellow wash over all the AI slop out there for a while afterward. It might do that. It might just be that AI is gonna from now on just have like pregnant DDLC characters hanging out. And Tonka says, since I'm weird, gay, and single, I need AO3 to cope. And then don't date one of your close friends. It doesn't end well. I don't know, it could end amazingly. It's just that it's either gonna end amazingly or awful. There's like no in between. And then Tonka says, Dermo, I'm so blue. Dabu-dee-dabu-da, you were green earlier. Okay, let's play a bit more here.
The identity of the spurious character.
The thing is, I don't think we have Egbert Benedict in our court record, so I assume we'll just probably present the music disc to represent him. The Skulkins are lying, I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? Oh, this is gonna be like the game coaxing us to examine that music disc, but we already did. Well, counsel! I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity, even in response to the prosecution's demand, my lord. The defense is... Let me save again. Save. And yeah, where we're gonna present it, we got this. Ready to present answers. The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers to the prosecution demands.
So, my Japanese friend, despite these swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
Actually, I'm curious. I want to check. Do we have Egbert Benedict in our court record? Oh, we do! Hey, there he is. Okay, so we won't need to beat around the bush about it. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference.
In that case, counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene?
Blood samples portfolio, because that's going to show all of them now. We got that, and we have the dial added to it. Yep, so it's blood sample portfolio. Present!
Take that!
The evidence is right here in this portfolio. By Jove! That portfolio again, is it?
Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? There are 4 pages. That is too many pages to rifle through. Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it?
I mean, it should be this one, but it's also this one now. So let's present this one and see what happens.
Take that!
I think I saved right before this, right? This is the blood sample that proves it! No, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. You perplex me, counsel, by looking so pleased with yourself despite this quite displeasing answer.
You do well to take your irrelevant specimens of blood and go back to whence you came. And I'll see to it that you go down in this court's history as an equally irrelevant specimen.
But they're both, either of the greens should work.
Well, I think it takes a certain genius to give such a completely wrong answer.
It was right! Everybody else is dumb. I'm the smart one. I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna erase that from the timeline. Okay, so ready to present answers. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, defense ready. Gonna do that. Okay, Japanese friend, swimming eyes. Slap in my face. This time I'm also gonna save right before we present it, just in case I screw up again. What proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene? Save. Okay. So we're gonna do the blood sample portfolio. Ka-chow. Take that. And then he's gonna ask which one, because 4 pages is too many. That's as many as 4 oneses, huh?
For once, this was not a either-or moment. It was the first one.
Which is...
Hashtag poor LoganRobo.
Which is such bullcrap, because it is both of them. It is both of them in tandem, together, that demonstrates it. One having green shows that the other, like, it is both of them. But thank you very much, Queen Katie, for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. Thank you. And plus, that was like a new piece of evidence, a new page anyway. Although I guess technically maybe this could have shown it even without the music disc, but whatever. Maybe they were expecting that like people hadn't examined the blood on the music disc yet. But still, but thank you for the 10 bits. Let's present Present!
Take that!
What am I looking at here? Well, why does it say numbers? And then what is April? What is this number? It looks above 4. There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a blood stain, my lord. What, from a Vulcan? A blood stain?
Green blood, curious even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature?
Say inhuman. Unhuman sounds weird, bro. It's something developed by Herlock Sholmes. By the great detective! New invention, stop! Not yet appeared in stories, stop!
It's a gun. It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. I want to call it a blood gun. A hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. A hemoglobin. That's what is a hemoglobin. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood?
Yeah, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood in courtroom, stop! Very exciting, stop! Who'd have thought that a courtroom about murder would discuss blood? Stop! Seriously, stop! I don't like blood, stop! As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windybank. Striking blue! Yes, so you see the green color of this blood stain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windybank was killed. By golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day. Then whose blood is it? Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries, which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact!
Objection!
All right, so now he's gonna ask who. We're gonna say Egbert Benedict. He'll ask for evidence. We're gonna present the music disc. It's just a lot of presenting. So let me read some more in the chat after he says,
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear.
I know, calm down, Van Zeeks. Chill your whatever needs chilling. Let's see. Crystal's laughing. Bubba says, making cookies. Should have enough for everyone. Oh, nice! I helped my mom make some cookies the other day. Her best, most famous recipe passed down in our family. She finally taught me how to do it. That was like a birthday gift I asked for her. So I got a lot. We made like 3 dozen cookies. So seriously, they're amazing cookies. They're like the best cookies ever. Crystal says to Bumbo, nom nom. Bubba says, hope you enjoy them. Magpie says, come. Magpie flying in. Sorry, missed some time. Was taking care of someone else's cats. You know what? Cats are worth it. How you doing, Magpie? Good to see you. Bubba says, hi, Magpie. Queen Gator says, don't get eaten by the cats. I would worry more about the cat than I would worry about magpies. Did I tell you about when I was a kid, I probably told you this story before, but when I was a kid, we had a cat. It was an orange cat. I don't know if that's necessarily relevant, but the house that we were living in at the time, next door to it, the backyard was under some construction, and there was like this big kind of cement wall thing that was like partly built in it, okay? And it's just a wall stretching, I don't know, 10, 15 feet or something like that, and just a wall, just stops. And one day, a whole bunch of magpies, like a whole flock, I guess, of magpies, stopped off in that yard, just, I guess, rest, I don't know, they're probably heading somewhere. And so my cat sees all these birds, it's like, jackpot, there's so many birds here, this is amazing. And heads over next door, and I'm watching through the window, my cat try to stalk these magpies, and these magpies are just way too smart for my cat. So what happened was, he had this wall, imagine like this big rectangle, and a magpie flies down at the corner of this wall over here. And my cat jumps up and starts stalking toward the magpie. And right as my cat gets close-ish, another magpie swoops down, hits my cat, and knocks my cat off the wall. And then that magpie over here flies away. And so my cat falls down, hops up on the wall. It's like, what happened? This magpie is now gone. Another magpie flies down and lands over here. My cat turns around, sees that, and starts stalking. Then another magpie flies down, knocks my cat off there. Cat hops off, that one flies away. Another one flies down here. cat. I mean, they were toying with. They were purposely having one as bait. They would lure the cat over, and then they would knock my cat off the wall. And they were clearly they were doing a good job. They were succeeding. Okay, so I should. No, I'm gonna read a couple more comments. That's right. Because I am behind. I don't know how far behind, but I'm a bit behind. Bumble says, I can't unhear the freedom motif in the to be continued jingle for this game. Magpie says, whoa, I did not get eaten by the cats. I did, however, clean up a lot of cat vom, presumably because said cats were stressed. That reminds me of one time a while ago. My cat one day, this was like last summer, my cat one day, I don't know what happened. Because every now and then I'll wake up, there'll be a little bit of vomit. But she like vomited a whole bunch and did it and like was running around, and there was like 6 different directions. It was just all over the place. And I could not find the cat cleaner, like the carpet cleaner for pet stuff. It was the worst. But she's doing great now. Queen says 12 shattered glasses. Queen says he knows me well. Hollow Knight Gamer says, when is the next Silk Song stream? Hollow Knight Gamer, so the next Silk Song stream will probably be, because what we're doing is this Tuesday, we're going to start Deltarune Chapter 5. And I don't know how many streams that'll take. Probably, I would guess at least like a half a dozen streams-ish, maybe something like that. So we'll probably be doing that as alternating with this game for the next few weeks. I'm gonna ballpark it and estimate guess 3 weeks. So then the next Silk Song stream, I would assume would probably be like after that. We'll probably do one, so maybe in about 4 weeks. We're probably gonna be doing it like I did Hollow Knight, which is just every now and then we'll do a stream or two of it. We would do about a stream or two of Hollow Knight about a month, every month or so, and then eventually got through it. And so that's what that's the tentative plan. I reserve the right to change my mind if I feel like it, but I think that's what it's gonna be. And Queen says, what did I just hear? Logan, what? Wait, what did you hear? What did you hear? Queen Katie, what did you hear? Magpie says, and all those fanfics are probably hot garbage. Oh, that's what you heard. I'm just reporting the news. I am reporting the news that happens in the world and letting you all know about it. Wow, and the end of chat is in sight. I'm getting really close to catching up. And over on YouTube, Derma says, blood gun sounds like a euphemism for a certain cycle. You know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Makes you wonder what other things you could do, like a silencer, like a suppressor or something like that. Anyway, okay, stop talking about that. Why? Let's get back to the game. But you are right, Dermo.
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Eggert Benedict! Hacha! Take that! The man's name, which is not a fake name, is Eggert Benedict. Huh?
Well, I totally wasn't there since the beginning but fell back asleep listening.
Vero! Thank you for the 10 bits! Vero! Welcome! Vero, you missed it. Batmanon gifted like 26 subs earlier as like a late birthday present. It was amazing. It was like an Insta hype train level 6. It was like the coolest thing. So thank you, Vero, for being here. I realized I never showed you on Discord. I showed you Monstructor and I showed you Skywarp. I never showed you Liege Maximo. Here he is. This is just a really ugly, evil, bad guy transformer here. He's large and he's nasty and he's so ugly and he's great. But how are you doing, Vero? Just in time for us to point the finger at Eggert Benedict. Oh wait, hang on. Over on YouTube, Dermo and Taco, are you experiencing some lag over there? I suddenly got a little notification on the YouTube side saying, error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience ... and then it kind of cuts off there. Let me know if you are experiencing lag over on YouTube, please. Thank you very much. But Vero, thank you very much for the 10 bits. The man's name is Eggert Benedict. Eggert Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, Cancel? I know everyone in London. And there is no one named Eggert Benedict. He paid a visit to Windybank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place. I've also been trying to think about what connection Eggert might have to everything. And here was the thought that I had. Did we ever find out? Yeah, we had that piece of evidence about thrice-fired Mason, right? Hang on. I got to bring up the court record. Where was the portfolio? There we go. Mason Milverton was his full name. So Mason wasn't his last name. What if Egbert Benedict is Egbert Milverton? Because, like, is Thrice Fired Mace? We can't see Thrice Fired Mace, but he was, like, blonde, right? He was blonde. And so I think maybe this guy is his, like, son or something like that. Just a possibility. Just throwing that out there. Probably wrong. He paid a visit to Windybank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place.
When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession.
Okay, that's right-ish. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Egbert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. I forgot about his top hat. But okay. Oh, yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes,
The article.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're doing more and more use case.
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
That's what we're doing. That's a lie! What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say... Oh! Any music box discs, too.
And again, I think it's going to end up having Morse code. We'll get the lady on the jury to translate it for us. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector?
Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened.
And in the interests of being thorough,
I asked Windybank for a print showing the fellow.
there he is.
Taken from one of his red-handed recorder gubbinses.
Okay, are we gonna have to use this for the stereogram to see what else is different in this scene? The gun's on the counter. Was the gun on the counter before? Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windybank that morning.
And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice?
Huh! Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin?
Never seen the geezer before in me life.
On me life, Gov, on me life, never seen him.
Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Japanese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes, I can. Then show us the evidence.
I agree. We must see proof that this clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say is. Oh, he's a dirty man. Such a dirty, dirty man. Love a dirty man.
Player, I hope you have already sprayed that disc with the blood and seen it turn green. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking... What was that? The background blinked into existence for a second there. You gotta focus on your blackouts here, bro. I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. I'm gonna save. I know I got this right, but the game was mean to me earlier. Just saving. Being careful. And then I'll read some more of the chat after this, even though I'm getting close to catching up already, even though we're only halfway through the stream. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet! Okay, now here's the question. Do we present it as the music box disc? Yeah, the smear blood and it turned green when analyzed. So let's do that rather than just present the portfolio. Unless it's gonna be, no, you gotta present exactly the right thing. We're gonna present the music box disc! I just saved, so it's fine. As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windybanks. Which is when the aforementioned Egbert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. I just want to call him Eggben. Eggben for short. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession. No. That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. I was following this.
Fun fact, if you presented the blood samples first instead, and then sample 4, you would have gotten more dialogue.
Oh!
I assume basically taking the long way around instead of directly presenting the box disc, but hey, this is a good either or moment.
Bring! Star Striker! Rated with a party of 6! Welcome! How are you doing? Welcome. Vero or Crystal, would one of you be so kind as to do a quick shout out for Star Striker? And how was your stream? What were you playing? You're playing some Mecha Chameleon. Oh.
What did you do?
That's quite the noise at the beginning of that clip.
Watch, yes. Yes.
Almost there.
So welcome, Star Striker. How was Mecha Chameleon tonight? Let me give Raiders welcome and a quick rundown on the channel. Hi, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, this is the main game that we're playing, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are on the final case of the first of the 2 games in the collection. We have been alternating with some other shorter games. Other games we've played in the past include Danganronpa, Persona, Ace Attorney, like you see here, Deltarune, Omori. Starting on Tuesday, we're going to begin Deltarune Chapter 5. I'd been waiting a couple of weeks to allow members of the community to play it and get ahead of us. And I read every comment in chat. I am always a bit behind. Let me also give you our link tree into the chat in case anyone is interested. This link tree has all of our social media, including a Discord invite, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff. Feel free to check it out or ignore it. There's no pressure. It's just there if you want it. And yeah, I read every comment in chat. I'm always behind. I was actually getting close-ish to catching up. Oh, hang on. I didn't mean to click that in the game there. So let me scroll down to where the raid happened in the chat so I can say hi to people there. Yeah, there was first time chatter from Star Striker, little waving emote. Hi back, Star Striker. And I saw that, I believe I saw that you followed me as well. So thank you very much for the follow. And Star Striker said, doing good. Saw you on my TikTok For You page. And thought I'd check you out. I'm very into Danganronpa. Oh, nice. I am excited for Danganronpa 2x2. I am so bummed that it got delayed. I'm assuming you probably saw the news has been going around that's been delayed. It's no longer going to be released in 2026. It's going to be early 2027. But yeah, Danganronpa is what got kind of our start with this community. When I very first started streaming, there was like nobody here. And then partway through Danganronpa 2, I got super lucky. The voice actor for Gundam Tanaka, Chris Tergliafera, raided me. And a bunch of the people from his raid stuck around and were the seeds that then blossomed into our wonderful community that we have here. So I'm very excited to get back to Danganronpa 2. It's also great because Gundam is my favorite character in Danganronpa. I'd love to hear if you've got a favorite, by the way. I feel like you can get a real good feel for someone's vibe by their favorite characters and stuff. But yeah, as soon as Danganronpa 2x2 comes out, I'm going to play the, what are they calling it? They're calling it like, it's not Mayhem, but it's like a Slayhem, I think is what they're calling the new route. I did see that the creator, whose name I always forget for Danganronpa, was at Anime Expo this past weekend, advertising stuff for 100 Line, which, by the way, we played his other games like Raincoat, 100 Line. So yeah, so well, I guess you've seen my TikTok. The Danganronpa clips, unfortunately, were all very old before we had like a quality microphone, back when the walls of this room were yellow and that messed with the white balance, and I think I'm already pale, and as it is, but I probably looked even more pale and zombie-like back then. But again, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you will enjoy your time hanging out. If you decide to hang out, you just did a long stream. If you got to take off, if you need to run, get something to eat, get some rest, totally understandable. You just had a who knows how long stream. But I always love getting to meet new friends. As I said, read every comment. I'm always a bit behind. I'm not super behind right now, but I'm still a bit behind. But yeah, I just, fair warning, as you might assume, most of the clips on TikTok are like short little moments. We waste a lot of time in between those short little moments here, just goofing off with chat. But welcome. And Star Striker saying, same. Vero with the alert. Welcome back, Vero. And then Star Striker says, oh, nice. Queen says, Slayhem mode. Yes, which is great too, because like they show the image of the two modes, and the other one, the normal, is like, oh, sunshine and rainbows. It's like, that's still a killing game route, though. So Slayhem having all that other stuff makes me worry about what might happen. I was hoping for I love it. I'm not gonna say because I might be Danganronpa 2 spoilers for people who haven't played it here. And Star Strike said I'm partial to Chiaki, Miyu, and Hina. Nice. Okay, Chiaki's my second favorite. I do. In fact, I have. Let's see. Oh, hang on. I gotta figure out how to point. Right there, perched on my couch behind me is a Chiaki plush. It's her from the Danganronpa 3 anime. So she's, because since I was like a prequel, so she's in her Hope's Peak Academy, kind of the brown outfit. And I also have an Android of her. I kind of want to get the Gundam Tanaka plush that is a Good Smile Company just came out, but I don't know if I have the money for it. Huh?
To be fair, that might be to fool the new players, lol. Oh hey, this game is on island. I can't wait for the fun times. Struck by trauma.
Okay, that is fair. Maybe it will be that. Maybe that's what it is. But I still can't help but worry. But I'm very much looking forward to it. If nothing else, the pain and suffering and tragedy of it is half the fun. So I'm excited. I was very bummed that it got delayed, but we're definitely going to be playing that as soon as that comes out. And thank you for the 10 bits. Queen Katie at Star Striker says, I just finished that anime recently. Nice! It was much better than I expected it to be. I feel like a lot of the time, like, anime tie-ins to video games are just like, okay, that was a thing. But that had some interesting stuff in it. Let me have a sip of water, and we will get back in the game. I'm gonna scroll back up to where I left off in the chat, which wasn't too far before the raid. As I said, I was getting close-ish to catching up. And there we go. Let's play a little bit more. Now, what I was about to do is I was actually going to reload because Queen Katie said that we would have gotten more dialogue if that we had presented things differently here. And I'm a sucker for new dialogue. So I believe, yeah, it was this one. I had staggered the save. And let's go in and see what would have happened if we had presented the blood portfolio instead of... Oh, I should ask, Star Strike, have you played Ace Attorney? This is Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So this is like a prequel set in the distant past featuring the ancestor of Phoenix right here, if you're unfamiliar. So, yeah, so this is where we want to present the evidence, but instead of presenting the disc, we're going to present the blood samples portfolio and get that extra dialogue. Present that! That proof is right here in this portfolio. Oh, good gracious, Council! Does that portfolio contain the answers to every question posed? I see you share my interest in claret-colored liquids, my Japanese friend, but... Was claret colored? I need to Google that word. Claret. Claret color. Claret is, oh, it's like a wine red. Yeah, it's a deep red, similar to Bordeaux wine. Okay, so we're talking about blood.
Enough! The court demands to see further evidence.
Ha! Okay, so they were nice to you then if you did that one.
Which blood sample proves the man you identified was the one shot by the third bullet at the scene of the crime?
And it's gonna be this one right here. Present!
Take that!
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windybanks. Which is when the aforementioned Eggert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. He pulled a gun on us, so we know he owns a gun. He could have done a gun murder. But of course, here's the disc for you.
Oh. Very well.
Oh, and he already had the scene ripping there.
And I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, my disc! It's mine! Violence!
Oh! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
It was a minor incident because it was a minor that attacked him. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness, a bloodstain, is it? My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
using my trusty fogger gun.
Yes, we're working on the name, still working on that. And we added the results to this portfolio. I say, it's green. That's exactly the same color as the plot around the calendar. Ha! The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Eggert Benedict, who was in Windybanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that night. Because it's impossible that two people could have the same blood type. It's like barely millions of blood types, because there's millions of letters in the Roman alphabet, apparently. I'm going to read some more in the chat. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Crystal says, excuse me? Kwigita says, I sure hope my phone didn't hear that and decided to give me cringe ads similar to this. Oh, your phone's going to start giving you DDLC pregnancy fanfic ads. Hollow Knight Gamer says, gotta go. Thank you so much for being here, Hollow Knight Gamer, and thank you for the hydrate command on your way out. I will do that right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully we'll see you again in some more streams, especially when we eventually continue Silk Song. Magpie says, hee hee hee. Magpies like to cause problems on purpose. Yeah, they were clearly enjoying it. Fortunately, they didn't like injure my cat, but they were definitely messing with him. Kwigita says, Vero! Vera says, hi friends. Eggert mentioned, heck yeah! And then immediately Lurk says, getting up from bed. Oh, well, I think you came back during the raid, and there's where the raid was, so I can scroll down a bit. There we go. Oh, and Star Striker says to Queen Kitty, the trauma is Teru Teru and Kazuichi makes it all the way through in 2x2. I didn't hate Kazuichi. In fact, we had one of our community members and she loved Kazuichi, but Teru Teru, yeah.
Logan, yeah, I'm kidding, but the other day I got my first character AIAD. I survived those for many years before this.
They have ads for character AI? I didn't know that they had ads for that. I will say this, that when I was over, I popped into Queen Katie's stream for a while earlier, right before I had to start getting ready for this stream, and she did a 3-minute ad break at one point, and most of the ads was like, it's insurance or something like that. One of the ads was for Adobe's generative AI. It was like these two girls, and they're like generating AI. It's like, oh, it's so wonderful, we can generate AI, whatever we want. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So, okay, I guess they're really advertising that. What was the ad like? Was like, hey, are you lonely and like to disappear into a fantasy realm that is unhealthy for you to cope with reality? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Thank you. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Dermo says, it seems fine. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that notification has disappeared, so hopefully it's better there. I'm guessing it was just a temporary type of thing. Dermo says, a favorite Danganronpa character is Miu/HJ, which was 100% a joke. Teen Me was something. I'm not sure who my number one favorite from V3 would be. Probably, oh crap, why am I spacing her name now? Little Duckling. She was like adorable, like a duckling. Magic girl, Magic. Yumano was her last name. Why am I spacing her name? She was adorable, like the entire time. I was just so worried something bad was gonna happen to her because it's like so tiny and helpless. I don't know, I can't believe I'm spacing her name now. Frozy says, is that Johnny Egg? Or am I thinking of someone else? It is John Egg. Jonathan Egg. Nah, it's not. I'm just yoking. Oh, Derma says Himiko. There we go. Himiko. I was about to say Hiyoko, but I'm like, no, that's wrong. Himiko. Yes. It was annoying in, what was it, the second case where she's like, I can't tell you how it works.
Himiko.
Huh? There we go. Thank you, Vero, as well, for confirming what Derma said. Himiko. I don't know why I spaced on that. Because the names I always got confused with in Danganronpa V3 were the ones that started with K. How many times did you guys catch me calling, like, mixing up the names of Kibo and Korekio and Kokichi and everybody? But still, fun game. And a splendid time had by all. But thank you. Okay, let's get back in the game. Back into the game now. I'll read some more of the chat in a little bit. Is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night?
Hubbub. Yeah, we figured this out a while ago. So there was someone else. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Oi, what you talking about is boiling in here.
My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Eggert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify. I sure hope he didn't give you a fake name. It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
Aye, aye, aye.
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law.
Huh? Is he going to complain that we never finished our summation examination?
Sherlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist of a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of deduction or some such.
Ew, those are my stories!
And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence.
Ew.
So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color.
Ah, well. Oh, crap, I gotta do this now. I'm gonna do it gently. I'm gonna just gently. Slam on the desk. In fact, I'll cross legs.
And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
Ah! Why is his leg back down? Is he right? Is Mr. Sholmes' concoction a what? I don't know. I mean, he's a great detective. What you talking about? Can't let him get away with that. Okay. What was the one audience member saying? A load of rubbish? Not rubbish! That belongs in the bin! I knew it would come to this. Of course Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body! But what other choice do I have?
Ew. Will you just bring Egbert Bennett in? I'll shoot him. And show that his blood's the same color green. Let's just start shooting everybody. Let's check all their blood colors. I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before.
That he's a surgeon, or are you talking about the judge? Which one's Father Christmas?
About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination.
Oh, it's the judge. Ah!
In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Apparently not. We're 2 hours in a stream and we're still summation examining and flying. Good grief, what did you just say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least not for now.
Yes, she's right. Oh, young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter!
After that shrewd president, right here, I'm having a stroke. President. I need to see what that word is. I need to look up this word. Hang on. Precis. What is this? Concise summary or abstract of a longer text, such as a book, article, or speech. Let me see if will it play the volume on this? If I try and do this, where's the thing for the volume for that? Let's see. Where's it showing up? I'm gonna show you my. I don't know if you'll hear this or not. Probably not. Précis. Here, I'll do this, then you'll be able to hear it. It'll probably be really loud. Oh, I don't think you heard that. It didn't register through for some reason. Oh, well, précis. I don't know why that didn't come through, but it's précis. After that shrewd précis of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
Never let Iris Wilson and Will Jack meet.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. There'd be so many explosions and new Dinobots. And that is all anybody could ever hope for in the world. So that means but you're the one who said that that Herlock is basically Brainstorm. So it'd be like Brainstorm and Wheeljack getting together, which also is very dangerous, but delightful in its own way. So thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. It must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination is yet to reach its conclusion.
This is absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings on this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please. Oh, we don't get to say anything.
Guilty.
Oh, hey!
Not guilty.
Hey!
Not guilty.
Hey, we just need one more.
Guilty.
Oh, crap, you suck.
Guilty.
I hate you.
Not guilty.
Hey, Russian terrorist coming in clutch at the end. Hooray. 2 call guilty and 4 call not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision.
On what grounds? You don't like it? You don't like that the jury chose something you don't want to? Well,
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt.
well, I mean, they are that. They are too ignorant, but we're still going with them. I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue. Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But we can't show subpoenas in a rated T for teen video game. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible. What? The name of the gentleman gave for himself, Edgar Benedict, is quite clearly false. Nobody named that. You're dumb. I don't believe it. Just when I'd managed to prove the man was there that night. Oh, is Edgar Benedict gonna be in the court? Somebody's gonna go, he's sitting right next to me in the gallery. He's right over here. That's him. Assuming the photograph there. There's him right here. Could I say something? Who's this? Hey, who was that, please? Who spoke? Oh, it was me, my lord. Juror number 5. What have you to say, madam? If possible, Inspector. Hey, me, ma'am. I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again, the one in which the gentleman is shown. Oh, does she know the guy? Oh, right, yes. It's the one you mean. Of Mr. Benedict. Oh. Oh, maybe she's related because they have similar hair colors. Maybe it's her husband. Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Juror number 5, you don't mean to say. You know this man? Okay, if he's the culprit, you cannot stay on the jury then. Yes, I knew him. What? No! Good gracious! Like this is a conflict of interest. Order, order, order! Jury number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer, stop! As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is... Stop! Just tell us who he is. Oh, her eyes are glistening. I'm gonna read some more comments in the chat while you hear the beep, beep, boop, beep of her Morse code. Queen says, hey, Kazuichi is in my favorites list. I would like him to live. Taro is my fear, though. Star Striker says, I have not. Have a few friends who are really into Ace Attorney. Well, I hope this isn't too much spoilers. I don't know if you've already taken off for the night or if you're still sticking around. But, I mean, you probably don't know the context of what the heck is going on here. Vera said, it's definitely a circle when you like certain games. Ace Attorney fans are in close-knit with Danganronpa fans. All hail visual novels. Quicken says, and then there's the Ghost Trick fans, like me. Vera says, cheers, add quote, it was a minor incident because a minor attacked him. And then Vera says, they do. I got one on YouTube recently. Oh, that's about the character AI ads. Quicken says, what? Gosh, I wish I was there to be like, to block certain ads from being run. Can you block ads on YouTube, like based on the company they advertise and whatnot? I mean, other than just obviously using an ad blocker, but like to tell YouTube not this ad anymore. Vera says, I also started getting Chrome ads because people are starting to move to other browsers. Yeah, okay, I would say, let's say that hypothetically, I was using an ad blocker on Chrome. If that was the case, then it would have stopped working, and that would hypothetically be very frustrating and annoying for me. But it's so out of touch because it promotes the AI replacement stuff that people stop using Chrome for anyway. And Star Striker said, Mia was amusing. She was, she would jolt me awake with some of the stuff she was saying. So yeah, I can see that. Over on YouTube, so I gotta scroll up a little bit. Derma saying, Himiko. Fruzy says, I like Korekio. We had a Korekio superfan in our chat. Good old Prince Paul. I was not a Korekio fan personally, but everybody's entitled to their favorites. Fruzy says, wait, Van Zeek's played Persona 2? He did. He said Persona. So he's got to. And Fruzy says, does Van Zeek's put his leg up because he's trying to readjust his underwear in public? Or he's stretching. He's just doing his calisthenics. He's been sitting there for a long time. Needs to stretch a bit. Says he's so extra. Derma says, Fruzy, the sister stuff put me off him, the implications, but otherwise, sure. His hotel scene was also kind of peak. The one with the rope. The rope. Fruzy says, you can block specific ads, but only the ones you see at the moment. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out for that. And the Derma says, Mew just needs a hug. And maybe some counseling. Some positive outlets for her proclivities, maybe. Okay, so we need to see who this guy is. Maybe Edgar Benedict is her husband, or I mean, although I guess if you're married, you don't need to have both blonde hair. Could be her brother. Maybe it's her son. Then it'd be really bad to have her stay on the jury. The gentleman in the photograph is stop. Also, a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop. A very talented operator. In fact, stop. Oh, so yeah, because he would have to know Morse code as well in order to translate the disc, presuming that I'm correct, that the disc code is in Morse code. He should be in communication station now. Stop. Tapping away at the telegraph. Stop. Are you warning him, lady? Is he receiving the message that you're sending? This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. A blondie knowing a blondie.
I suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal.
I mean, it's maybe white-collar crime or something like that.
It's a bit unexpected to find out that he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Again, how do these jury members do it? What do you mean we have the surgeon who worked on Herlock, and the Morse lady happens to be co-workers with a possible culprit? Also take this lady out of the jury. She is going to conflict with this. Why do they never do this?
Oh, but it was even worse in the last case when the actual person we were accusing of I guess it wasn't a full-on murder, like Olive Green survived, was on the jury. I mean, yeah, so we have that. We have, I'm a literal terrorist as well, which is weird. The witness from the previous case who, much like Bruce Fairplay, was predisposed to dislike us. And so you can't have like a jury that says, oh yeah, the defense attorney, I hate that guy. I know him. I have a past history with him. I hate him. These are all conflicts of interest. I mean, the maid and being on the jury twice, I mean, that's weird, but it's okay. And the stereoscope guy, you know what? It came in handy. They're fine. But no, everything else is awful. I mean, at least they did kind of draw attention. We're like, what a coincidence. Yeah, I mean, it's entirely random. I promise, totally random. Wink, wink, wink. But thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
It's a bit unexpected to find out that he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night. That's right, he taps on the telegraph in the streets, and then, I don't know, kills people in the sheets. There's no rhyme. He murders.
Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. No, that it can't be that. So is there something we're missing? Does he feel that way because he doesn't like that the Morse code lady knows, which that should be wrong, is to say, okay, you can't be on the jury anymore, but we don't have alternates in this universe, apparently. Is there something else that's wrong about that? If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. So we're taking a recess, play some kickball in Foursquare, and they said they'll put the tether ball poles back up if we're careful. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please.
Yes, me lord.
Make the necessary arrangements with all haste.
As your lordship bids.
The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. I do like that we're just doing a recess for an hour. I feel like if this was Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice or Apollo Justice or any of those games, we would just say, it's like, all right, we got to find this person, so we're just gonna dismiss and be back tomorrow with a new person. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord. I should like to hear from you specifically about events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Oh. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. Can someone also send some Gatorade to my chambers? I need some electrolytes for what I'm about to do to Gregson. Is that the end of this part? Did we just reach the end of a part? To be continued. So what do we have, Queen Katie, with your structured guide? We got 2 more parts left now. We're starting the second to last part of this. Save my poggers, yes, save my poggers. Save my poggers, save my poggers, save my poggers, yes, save my poggers. 17th April, 12:41 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Hey, Gina, I remember that you exist now. Gina, how are you holding up? I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Let's see. Vera says, well, I was a sec too late, but thank you very much, Vera. I still really appreciate it. Thank you for the 10 bits. Says, I also thought Hiyoko for a second. I think it's because that with 2x2 coming out soon, I'm hearing the names of all the DR2 cast like over and over again on social media. Although I've been spending much less time on social media lately, just again, trying to avoid Deltarune spoilers, which reminds me, Tuesday, Deltarune, y'all. Those who want to get ahead of me, please get ahead of me. Quiggin says, quote, crap, they're leaving us because the AI stuff. Quick, promote more AI stuff. Surely that'll win them over. Vera says, it's so out of touch. Says, it promotes Gemini. Boo. Quiggin with a leg counter. Leg 4 and a timestamp 1 hour, 48 minutes and 26 seconds. So I'm 15 minutes behind. Not too bad. Vera says, no pressure whatsoever. Queen says, literally the perfect use of the Maya voice. I'm so happy. Wait, which was that a specific line or just for Iris being Iris? Quiggin says, so y'all know how I've been playing Nikke. Well, there's a character in the game that is obsessed with firepower every second. Also, never let her meet Iris Wilson. Vera says, the pyrokinesis crossover. Explosion fanatics. Then you gotta have Megamine from Konosuba. And Vera says, Logan, not all blondes are related. You sure? I'm pretty sure they're related. I'm pretty sure they're all related, every single one of them. They're all brothers and sisters. I defy you to find 2 blonde people that are not related. Right now, within the next 5 minutes. Go for it. Find 2 blonde people that are not related. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Vera says, okay, but a hug is easier. That's true. It doesn't solve as many problems. But at that point, you can say, well, I tried. I did my best. And Derba says, blondie, but she doesn't have a heart of glass. Says he's tapping more than Morse code. He's tapping the lady on the sex joke. Frozy says, Logan, you didn't see another Deltarune spoiler again, did you? I did not. All I saw was a repeat of the same one spoiler I've had, which again is not a major one. It was just a confirmation that a character will appear in this chapter, but it's a character that I kind of like assumed would appear in it based on what direction the game seemed to be going. In particular, based on Gerson's description of all the different chapters in the Hammer of Justice fight. And Frulia says, I'm blonde, and I'm related to every blonde I know, so see? Frulzy, thank you for having my back. And then Derma says, the best girl in Nikkei is Anderson. There's no debate. Can I just imagine, can I headcanon that that's going to be Lieutenant Anderson from Detroit Become Human, but just with like a wig to look like an anime girl? Because he was best girl, I guess, in Detroit Become Human. I just wanted Connor and Anderson to be best friends. That was all I cared about. Over on Twitch, Vera says, you can click the 3 buttons and report the ads. Maybe it'll stop. I got that ad on my phone because my computer got a good ad blocker. Vera, that reminds me of something. Okay, nobody else is going to care about this. This is just to you, Vera, because, okay, lurkers, just put up with me for a quick second while I nerd about a thing. So as you may have seen, Onslaught, the main combiner component of Bruticus, has come out now in some countries. Not quite here in the United States yet that I've seen. But people have been posting pictures, as you saw, of him combined. And somebody pointed out that unlike in the previous Combiner Wars version of Bruticus, it was like Combiner Wars Bruticus was like a love letter. They even gave the 3 little buttons on the back, like Starscream's little 3 buttons on the back to like shut down Bruticus from the G1 cartoon. The new one doesn't have that. I've got my Bruticus, my G2 Bruticus on the shelf from Combiner Wars. He's got the 3 buttons on the back. The new one doesn't. So if he goes rogue, if he goes crazy, there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. It's not good. It's not good. Okay. Owen Vera says from certain companies. Okay, so there we go. I should get back in the game. Let's play it. So I need a sip of water first, and we are past the 2-hour mark. At some point, we'll want to start thinking about raid suggestions for later tonight on the Twitch side of things. But by the way, I am very excited for Deltarune on Tuesday, you guys. Gina, how are you holding up?
Who?
Hi, Diba?
Lamau, maybe this one is Idvalb.
That's how it pronounces IDW, probably because they're all lowercase. Let's say Idval. Oh, because it said whelp afterward. Idvalb. So there we go. So yes, that's the explanation. It's still just disappointing because it's like, it's always nice when they put those little details on because like, oh yeah, it's a love letter to the fans. And so then later when they miss out on them, it's like, oh, you really couldn't put 3 little circles on his back. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Idvale. I'm starting to feel quite warmly towards her frequent cold shoulders now. Ginny! Are you all right? Why aren't you saying anything? Because she's a soon dere. She is a dere, soon dere. She pulls her hat down over her face.
What's the point, eh? Why go to all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me? What? Well, you saw it, that picture.
Huh?
RNG and Byaku, you are related.
Yes. She is his rebellious niece. One of the other Byakuyas from the big Byakuya fight, after failing to defeat our Byakuya, had a kid, and yeah, she's just rebelling against the Tagami family. So yes. Oh, absolutely, they're related, 100%, 1000% related. Yeah, I mean that subtext is just coursing all throughout V3. But thank you very much for the 10 bits.
Well, you saw it, that picture.
What picture? Oh, the one of her holding the gun?
You mean this? The photograph taken by Hurley's red-handed recorder?
This is great. Okay, Gina, now why don't you tell us what actually happened? That's what you should have done before the trial started.
Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure.
It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that's gonna think I did it.
Well, again, tell us what happened then. Give us an explanation. Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court.
Surely you gotta have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent.
No, we still believe in you, Gina. Of course I can.
Oh?
Jenny? This is my serious face. It's really creepy. Like, my facial proportions look uncanny whenever I get serious. Why do they keep making me do this? Why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night.
Yes, please!
Bruno's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear it from you.
Because there might be more useful stuff. Help us out, help us help you, Gina.
All right, then. It was after we had that dinner together at your place, right, Iris? Then we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we?
Yes, I remember.
Flashback time. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the Tudor one, to Windy Bank's place. I had to know.
If Iris's story was there or not, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
The camera was tracking slowly toward it, making it seem more 3D and dramatic like. I don't know what it's about and nothing. But if you ask me, there's something in that Sholmes don't like. Something what he don't want people reading. So that's why I lied to Iris about sticking it in lug with Windy Bank for safekeeping.
Okay. So we still need to find out what it is. Yeah, because like the way Herlock was reacting, it was like he didn't want people to read it, or at the very least not yet. It's been a long time since I've read The Hound of Baskervilles. But I do recall it was, I think when we studied it in English class, it was different from other Sherlock Holmes stories, right? Because it had either supernatural elements or elements which appeared supernatural. I think it was like Scooby-Doo supernatural, right? Where it seems that way, then at the end you find out, oh, it was just all a trick.
At least that's what I thought at the time.
So you broke into Windy Banks?
Well, just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all of that was going to kick off, did I?
And then, again, there's the lamp that was broken when we were there before. We still need to figure out why that was broken. I'm guessing that it was Windy Bank shot through that and hit Eggert. Well, except, I still can't remember if it was broken when before Herlock got shot or not.
I struck the lock and stuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp in the counter a bit of a wick. That's when... ...
What do you think you're doing? Ah! Or is it Windy Bank? I don't know who it is.
I nearly died, I did. The next thing I knew...
Oh, that's the flash of the camera?
I grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving it in the air like, I don't know what.
Oh, and this is Windy Bank. Okay, so she just like got freaked out and just picked it up. Okay.
You're the girl who was here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robbery. The manuscript! Have you got it here? Did Sholmes leave a load of papers with you, a story? I beg your pardon. A hound of a something or other. If it's here, I want to see it. I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he really wants to die badly. He has done multiple suicide attempts.
I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I just want to see if it's here, that's all. Oh, you want to see it, do you? I want to know if Sholmes really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go. Oh, very well, then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you?
See, so it wasn't violent after all.
So then the old cove unlocked the storeroom door and we both went inside. It was there, all right, the manuscript. Sholmes were in line after all.
I need to read some more in the chat. This flashback's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but it's good that we're finally seeing what happened here. Let's see. Vera says, I like to think the spirit of Beanix made it through time and space and is cursing the jury to be at all times related to the case for the fun of it. Well, I mean, because that was his whole thing, right? He wanted the jurist system, which clearly went so well in Japanifornia by the fact it was gone by Dual Destinies, huh?
According to a Tumblr post I found, Apparently in the IRL Hound of the Baskervilles book, Sherlock is not present for 70% of it. It was mostly Watson driven and Sherlock was keeping an eye on him from the shadows during the plot.
That's interesting. And first of all, thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you for the TTS. It is interesting. But here's the thing, that's not that unusual. The very first Sherlock Holmes book was A Study in Scarlet, which Sherlock is only really in the first half of the book. The first half is the murder mystery. And then roughly about halfway through, they figure out like who done it. And then the second half is the explanation of how that person did it with this big long flashback. And so it's like he's only in half the book. And so it's not unusual, but I do wonder if it is. Like I said before, that was my understanding. If I'm correct, I could be wrong. That was the first story to come out after Arthur Conan Doyle had just killed off Sherlock Holmes. He had fought Moriarty, the Reichenbach Falls, fell to his death and died. Hound of the Baskervilles, however, released afterward does take place before that, but maybe he was trying to like surprise people with the time frame. Maybe it was like, oh, look, Sherlock Holmes may be dead, but Watson is still here and he's doing an adventure. And then maybe find out. It's like I said, it's been a long time since I've done since I studied Hound of the Baskervilles like in school. But so maybe it was like that type of a thing where it's like you try to see and then it's a surprise, like, oh, he's still alive. Oh, because it takes place beforehand. But that's interesting. And thank you very much for the 10 bits, Queen Katie. And for the fascinating little factoid. Queen says, at least with the jury and Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, as far as we know, only Redacted was connected to the events because they were the only jury member actually revealed to us. But again, she was like so related to the, yes, she should have. I mean, I guess you could maybe get away with saying like that she didn't fully remember that, but no, she knew. It was so inappropriate. I mean, it was very dramatic, but it was a conflict of interest like crazy. I said, for all we know, the other members are unrelated to unless Phoenix picked out his friends from past cases or something. Knowing him, he probably did. Vera said, we gotta win it somehow. Larry Butts in the jury. Oh, it's gonna be Larry Butts. It's gonna be Miles Edgeworth. It's gonna be everybody. Queen says, page 7 time. Mopkers? Mopkers sounds like Mpreg Poggers. Mopkers. I don't want Mpreg Poggers. Darn it, they turned the calendar, or turned the counter over. How many streams since an Mpreg reference? Queen says captions, hey Dina. Hollow Knight Gamer says, hi, I'm back, welcome back, Hollow Knight Gamer! Vera says, welcome back. Hollow Knight Gamer says hi to Vero. Vera says, hi. Hollow Knight Gamer with the little mantis emote. And then says, Taylor Swift and my mom, they're related. They're just keeping it a secret from you. In fact, here's the thing. I hate to break it to you. It's a Hannah Montana type of a thing. She is Taylor Swift, but it has to like keep it secret so that people like won't know because she'll get in trouble with her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus. It says, my stepmom is blonde. Yeah, so it's and your stepmom is Taylor Swift. Turns out, Vera says, I genuinely cannot think of actual blondes right now. Wow, why is this hard? I can only immediately think of 4 non-blondes. Those are the guys who did that that song that had the He-Man thing, you know, the awake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? That's 4 non-blondes, right? And I said, hey, yeah. I still am debating whether to see the new He-Man movie. I don't like Jared Leto as Skeletor, but I hear it's campy and fun. Avira says, all I can think of are fakes who dyed their hairs. Lol. Queen says, Barbara from Genshin Impact, Jean from Genshin, Matilda from Verse 99, Rapunzel from Nika. These are all related. They're all related. Vera says, they're sisters, dang it. Queen says, I was gonna say Hannah Montana. There we go. And Vera says, how's your day? Excuse me. Hollow Knight Gamer says, how's your day? To Vero, Queen says, dang, you were right. Vera says, Hannah Montana is a fake blonde. Well, this one's like a reverse situation. But it's a blonde wig with the blonde wig. And then Hollow Knight Gamer says, hi to Queen Katie. Okay, I should play a little bit more. Well, let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Oh, I got to scroll up just a little bit. Durma says, the best girl in... Oh, I read that. Says, I really like the mystery format of the case. It has an obvious answer, but would involve the supernatural. It gives you a starting point while having to disprove the wrong explanation. And that is interesting. It's always nice to, like, shake things up a little bit. Durma says, I need to go. Adios. Oh, God. Good night, Durmo. Or goodbye. I guess it's not nighttime there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good rest of your day, Durmo. Sorry they had to leave abruptly. And then, Frizzly says, reservoir. Darn, says Logan sang, ah, Not very well. I think I changed keys multiple times in that. But it is a fun song. You know, it is Four Non-Blondes, right? That's the people who did that I said hey, whatever the song is. I don't know what it's actually called. Okay. I'm gonna play a little bit more. And then I'll read some more of the chat in a bit and get caught up eventually. But yeah, we're getting pretty close now to the 2.5 hour mark. So on Twitch, now if you want to start actually posting some raid suggestions for later on when we reach the 3 hour mark, now's a good time for that.
And it was there all right, the mantle script. Sholmes weren't lying after all.
You did all that just to check for me, Jenny? You committed felonies. That is messed up, but sweet of you.
Oh,
Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick-up out in the main bit of the shop.
that's got to be when Nash and Ringo came in. And when Windy Bank threw the one of them over the counter and then retreated in there. So that's got to be, Eggert has got to be with them, yeah? The Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yes. I feel bad because this means that they were kind of accomplices to murder. And I don't want them to, I mean, they probably deserve to go to jail, but they're adorable. I don't want them to go to jail if we can avoid it.
What was that noise? Someone's breaking in.
Dear me, there is some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about.
I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Skulkin brothers said the door was open.
I'd better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back?
Oh, well, I'll come with ya. I'll do some killing. I've always wanted to do some killing.
Now don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances.
I feel like telling this story would be beneficial to us, like if she had told the prosecution or the police this.
And with that, he took the gun out of my hands and walked back out of the shop. I hung back in the storeroom like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. Sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap. Starting to think I should help, see? So I was just about to go out of the storeroom myself when ... Bang, bang! Oh, 2 bangs. 2 bangs. I heard a couple of shots go off too, I think. Almost at the same time.
Wait. Okay, so that doesn't go...
Oh, and then he was there, right at my feet, laying face down on the floor.
Okay, almost the same time. That doesn't... And I guess... How does that work? Because I had assumed that Windy Bank had shot Eggert Benedict. But he would have had to... Unless he, like, did it over his shoulder, just firing at him, like, blindly as he ran away. Because he was shot in the back. Okay.
It was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and locked it quick as you like.
Because you thought whoever had shot Mr. Windybank might come for you?
Well, yeah. So I went to grab the old co's gun. Figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, I knew. Windybank was a Hugh O'Connor. That's worse than dead. Wouldn't wish me worst enemy to be a Hugh O'Connor. I felt funny in my head all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. And after that, I don't remember nothing.
Okay, so... That... I mean, I guess it might be coincidental that it was just the stress of it made her pass out, but that makes it sound like they drugged her somehow. Pumped some kind of gas in there, maybe. That must be when you passed out, Gina.
If I hadn't done what I'd done, the old cove might still be alive.
Did you tell the police everything you just told us?
Of course I did.
Oh, okay, so she did. Never mind, that's good. I thought she was keeping this a secret for no reason.
But they didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was if I kept telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me.
I mean, nowadays, obviously, she wouldn't want to do that without a lawyer present, but we're a lawyer. We could be present. We could do that.
It'll be all right, Jenny. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer.
Phew! Bruno's about to put the real culprit through the mill! That cove, what was in there the afternoon? That Eggert Benedict.
Bad guy.
I still remember how he looked at me like I was nothing.
Oh.
He was there at night.
We don't know his real name yet. For all we know, he could be Eggert. He could be Beggart Enedict. Beggart. Bengert Eggedict. I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. But I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty.
You what? Oh, no, how dare you? How dare you? Don't appreciate me honesty. You can leave it all in Runo's capable hands now, Jeannie.
Mr. Nora-Odo? Yes?
How come you trust me? I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and McGill did. We told you a whole pack of lies. And you got that. I'm not gonna say that word. Dermo said that that's a bad word for. You got him. You got off with him, even though he was a killer.
No. I could never forget that.
Oh.
I did what I thought was best at the time. But the... Bow! Gallop! Rated with a party one! Welcome, Gallop! Oh, I think I actually skipped over a piece of dialogue here. Yeah, a Gallop!
There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
Left.
How about the one on the left?
Oh, that guy right there. Is that the one that does all the puns? Somebody posted a video ages ago of a Genshin character that did a lot of puns. The guy on the right-hand side. Yeah, you're just... But Galp, that just confirms you're Paimon. You know exactly what she's gonna say. You're the same person. But welcome, Gallop! How was your stream? What were you streaming tonight? You were streaming some Reverse 1999! How did it go? Once I get some background music in this game here, I'll read some more in the chat. But welcome, Gal. Thank you for the raid. Hope your stream went well. Hope your weekend is going well. But the pain of that error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end. No matter what.
It's very difficult in the basement to get fingerprints.
There's some more Gallop.
They're so... Excuse me? Ah! Bloody hell!
Ah!
You...
Thank you for the double, the double shout out. Hope that's not my shout out thing. Doing a repeat on accident. But yeah, like I said, once I get some background music, I'll read some more in the chat. I got to get caught up. I got to get caught up soon. But thank you again, Gallop. I hope your weekend's going well. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what.
But what if I'm lying? You could be working to get another killer off the hook for all you know.
I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial.
You were?
Twice, actually. Well, one didn't have a trial, but still. Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. Of murdering Iris's dad! We haven't told her yet. Iris, your dad's dead. They thought I did it. I didn't, so it's okay. It's okay that your dad's dead, because I didn't do it, Iris. And strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty darning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it.
Wait, hang on, rewind, Runo. Did you just say my dad died? Can we discuss this? What?
But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. My best friend, Kazuma. Then he died. They thought I did that too. You know what? Death just follows me, leaving a trail of bodies in my wake. Oh yeah, now I can read some chat, because now there's some background music. Let's see. Hollow Knight Gamer was saying, how's your day, Vero? Queen says, dang, you ride. Vera said, Hannah Montana is a fake blonde. Hollow Knight Gamer says, hi, Queen Kitty. I think I read those before, but now here we go. Queen Kitty says, crap, I was gonna go to Pokemon trainers, but the ones in mind are also related. Magpie says, even Harley Quinn says, I'm not even a real blonde. That's right, that was in the episode with the guy, was the Joker's little hobby guy that he decided to just like torment for years and had him hold the door open to bring the cake in. Joker's Favor, I think that was the episode title, right, Magpie? Fear says to Hollow Knight Gamer, I just woke up and feeling refreshed. Nice. Hollow Knight Gamer says, nice. Queen says, Edward and Winry, well, they're married now because they got married. I mean, I don't know if they ever showed that, but I mean, they were getting married. They're obviously getting married. So for a brief period of time, there were two blonde people that weren't related. It was like a fluke, and it got rectified because they're married. Fear says, I finally managed to think of two characters, and he says yes. Oh, and Angie and Bianca? Yeah. Hollow Knight Gamer says, I need bits, and I don't have money. Well, I'm sorry. Well, and please never feel like obligated, like you have to spend bits or anything. I appreciate you being here, even if you don't spend a single penny on the stream. I appreciate you hanging out. Hollow Knight Gamer says, hi to our Streamlabs bot. Vera says, Streamlabs is a little robo guy. It's like Logan's Pokemon. Hollow Knight Gamer says, the voice for Iris sounds like Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron. Everyone says that was never my original intention. But everyone says, yeah, that it sounds like Carl Weezer. That the voice, we originally used it for Maya, our weird girl sidekick in the original Ace Attorney trilogy. And I wanted to use it for someone in this game, and chat permitted me to use it for Iris here. But yeah, she sounds a little like Carl Weezer. Again, that was not my intent, but when I listen to recordings, I cannot deny it. Hollow Knight Gamer says, not trying to be mean, just honest. No, it's fine. That is not mean at all. Fear said, nah, I think that's what he's going for. I love this theme. And then Quiga says, it's the voice Logan originally gave to Maya Fey during OG Ace Attorney lol. And Hollow Knight Gamer says, nice. Fear says, it's so melancholic, yet creepy. I love it so much. Hollow Knight Gamer says, have a good day at Streamlabs. Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Oh, I'm still caught up on YouTube. Okay, let's play a little bit more here. My best friend.
Ryonosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I'll do the rest.
I was so happy, I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely.
Oh?
But I was wrong. He was willing to break the fourth wall and look right down the barrel of the camera for me.
I'm talking in court in the past. Vague words, mumbling.
As soon as my trial began, it was obvious
Sweat drop on my cheek.
that he had an absolute, unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering belief in him. I sure hope I don't ever find out some things about his past now that I'm here in England that'll make me think ill of him. That'd be unfortunate. Since then, I came to realize, if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first.
What are you saying?
I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry. I won't let you down. By which I mean I won't let you down by stopping believing you. I could still lose this trial. You could hang. You could be executed. But that's not letting you down. That is not my fault. Even though I'm a diver and a no good liar. That's okay. I'm a no good liar. Liar. It sounds similar. I'm trying to lighten the mood here. You're not like McGilded. I know that.
Hey? That's right! He was a gross old man! You're our friend, Jenny! Oh, Iris!
We know you better than you think. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust.
Yeah!
That's really all we need to know.
Exactly! Mr. Nora-Odo, is it raining in here? Why is it raining in here? Sniffle. Sniffle. Snorting sniffles.
Defendant Gina Lestrade and her legal representative. Court proceedings are about to resume. Oh, my camera's in the way. This guy right here, his mouth was flapping. Please head into the courtroom immediately. Yes, of course, thank you. Okay, this isn't gonna be another to be continued. It's not gonna be this whole part was just that recess, right? I'd been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time. So I knew only too well just how hard it was to put your faith in another. And I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. The background blinked again! It's the second time it's done that tonight. That's weird. This is it at last. The final chapter. The final battle. The final countdown. Wish me luck, Susato-san. And I hope you are watching over me too. ... partner. Da-da-da-da. It's not gonna give me a to be continued. It's just gonna go in, right? Yeah, it's not gonna do to be continued. That's way too short to be an entire part. 17th April, 1:41 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Where's the blondie guy? He's related to all other blonde people. I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Let's save again. It's been a little while since we've done that. We are now past the 3-hour mark, by the way. So once again on Twitch, just a reminder for raid suggestions for later when we reach the 3-hour mark. Let me read some more comments in the chat. Let's see. Hollow Knight Gamer says, I put my Murder Drones plush on my new side table. Nice! I have still not seen Murder Drones. I've heard that it's good. I mean, it sounds popular, but I have not seen it. I did watch the pilot of one of Glitch's other series, the Game Oververse. Am I saying that right? Was it Game Oververse or Game Oververse? Whichever. And that was, I thought, fun. Queen says, worth noting that Tumblr post was made before the second game came out, so I don't know if this even ended up being relevant. And Vera says, Logan, have you seen the Flame Toy Skywarp? Oh, the new one, yes, because like Vera, I was gonna say like I built the model of Flame Toys G1 Skywarp, but yes, that is because that one's a repaint of their Flame Toys Transformers Cybertron Skywarp. I did, but did you see its price tag, Vero? I believe the MSRP is around like $400, and if you get it discounted, it's still probably like $350. So it's like, yeah, I'm never gonna own that. It looks neat. It looks really neat. But no, I'm not gonna own that thing. But it does look very cool. I love me some Skyro. I showed him on camera earlier. He's delightful. He's my little buddy. He's one of my favorites. He's so grumpy. He's so grumpy. He's so frowning at everything. I get all blurry whenever I show something the close like that. Crystal says very bonkers. Hi Vero, and also. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say so. Never mind. That just makes sense. Vera says bonkers mentioned, and then Vera says hi. Crystal and Queenie with the timestamp 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 53 seconds. Crap, now I'm like 20 minutes behind. I'm getting farther behind. Star Striker says, gonna lurk. Enjoy the rest of the games. Nice. Minya, thank you for being here, Star Striker. Thank you again for the raid earlier. And I'm kind of amazed that you stuck around this long since this is the game that you've like haven't played. I don't know. I hope you've been enjoying your time here. And thank you for the raid, thank you for the follow and everything. Beer says, get some rest. Nora says, raid suggestion. Nora, I don't know who she is, but she's playing game by the person who made Detroit Become Human. Oh yeah, what was the one that you guys said is made by the Detroit Become Human people? I was checking, I think it's on sale on Steam right now for like $2. I need to decide if I'm gonna be getting a game for this during the Steam summer sale. I'm trying to debate whether to get a bunch of little games or maybe just get like Resident Evil Requiem, since that is technically on sale as well, and I would like to play that. Vera said, my goat probably meat shielded that bullet and shot him after being shot. Insert fat joke. I mean, he's a little tubby, he's round like olive green. Yeah, I still don't know how that the timing is gonna work out if they were shot at almost the exact same time. If he was shot in the back. because I'm assuming the Windy Bank shot is the one that hit Egbert Benedict and hit the calendar after going through him. But if they were almost the exact same time, he would have been having to face away from Egbert Benedict. So I really don't know. I am very confused by that whole thing. And Hollow Knight Gamer says, more like Top Hat Benedict. I know the Top Hat I mentioned before, reminds me of in the early seasons of JoJo. Who's the guy that had trained Joseph Joestar, like Zeppeli, I think was his name? The big top hat guy. Vera says, Beggared, he looks too rich for that. Man, I'm low-key craving omelets right now. Well, again, you guys should all come over and have some leftover birthday cake and birthday cookies. Queen says, I'm craving wafers myself. And Vera says, it'd be really nice, actually. And there's where the Gallop raid was. Thank you again, Gallop. Hollow Knight Gamer says, I'm having a breakfast burrito tomorrow for breakfast. Nice. I'm just having cereal. I gotta be up early for work tomorrow, but I will be taking some of my cookies to work with me for lunch. Quiggin says, oh yeah, speaking of food, I recently found some cool little chicken nuggets. Get this, shaped like tic-tac-toe. They were shockingly pretty good. So is it that you just like, are they just the X's and O's and then you do it and you like set them out and then maybe you eat them if you win or lose or whatever? That sounds fun. Veer did the shout out for Gallop. Hollow Knight Gamer says hi, Streamland. Says Paimon. Yeah, I'm amazed that Paimon was still in Gallop's game. I mean, I would have eaten her as emergency food long before that point. Crystal says yes. Vera says yep. Sino, is that how you say his name? Sino? Crystal said yeah, that's Sino. Hollow Knight Gamer says my favorite Genshin character. And then there was another shout out for Gallop. And Crystal says Twitch, why did you not send that earlier? What? And then Hollow Knight Gamer says hi, Crystal. And Vera says Cosmos theme. I missed that guy. I know. Well, I'll tell you this much. Nikola Pavlova did not miss him. She did not miss him. Let me take a look over YouTube chat. Oh, I'm still caught up over on YouTube. Okay, let's play a little bit more here. Okay. I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Miss Tina Lestrade. Lord Van Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness?
The subpoena was delivered to the communication station, where the man works immediately, my lord.
Was he like taking a sick day or something?
However, the heavy...
Oh, that's the name of the game I was talking about. Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain. That's the one by the Detroit Become Human people, right? Heavy Rain? It's right there. And thank you, Lord Van Zeeks. You accidentally helped me.
The heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem.
That's also what like delayed Susato's train, right? So we're just gonna like chill some more. Why did we reconvene early then? I see. Well, how about we all just take turns going around, say your name, say where you're from, and something interesting about you. And then if he still isn't here, we're gonna play a game of Heads Up 7-Up. Then let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's... Oh crap, how did we say this before? Précis, however it was. The case heard by the court this morning. The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector. It is a blunder, but he's fun, though. I like him.
Yes, I can only apologize, me lord.
And although the defense's chemical analysis of the blood at the scene makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom. This has got to be what it's like when DNA evidence was first starting out. And people didn't understand it and didn't realize like how conclusive it was. Like, we can't trust DNA. That's like science and letters and Jurassic Park and stuff like that. We don't want to have dinosaurs in this courtroom.
Phew! It's a big mistake to cross Hurley and me. A very big mistake. I will kill you, Judge. I will Reaper of the Bailey you. After this, unrelated. After this case, why don't you step inside this omnibus with me? This omnibus that is not on fire.
My lord! A subpoenaed witness has just arrived in the building. Okay, so he's here. Egbert Benedict arrived. Thank you, officer. So what's the point of that delay? Show him to the stand without delay. Maybe they're just like, crap, we established it was raining, so we gotta make it seem like it's taking a long time. Mr. Egbert Benedict. We still haven't seen a return of those two random characters we saw out on the street in the previous case. The one that looked like a town crier and the other looked kind of like Popeye. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon, and certainly not like this. Oh, and he's got to be up on the stand with everybody else, because sure, of course. Thank you for complying with the court's subpoena at such short notice, sir.
But of course, my lord, as an upstanding member of London society, it is my pleasure to oblige.
Keep losing his British accent as I do that voice. Now kindly state your name and occupation for the record. I was gonna say Edgar Oh!
Ashley Graydon, communications officer.
Is that a girl name? Is this like a boy named Sue type of situation? I mean, I guess Ashley can be a guy's name. That's kind of weird, though. Graydon. Graydon is odd because his suit is white. Maybe it's, I mean, it has like gray checkered things. Maybe it's to show that even though his suit is white, his soul is darkened. Oh, Astro Dude with a pin message. Thank you for putting it. Proceed. So thank you. Thank you very much, Astro Dude. I got the pronunciation a while ago. Oh, in fact, because I don't think you guys were able to hear it. Let me try it again. Yeah, proceed. But thank you very much, Astro Dude. How are you doing? Good to see you here.
Ashley Graydon, communications officer.
Is our court record updated? Ashley Graydon, an operator at the Central Communication Station who'd been subpoenaed because he was caught on a photograph taken by red-handed recorders in the pawnbrokery. Mr. Graydon and I both work at the London Central Communication Station. So there's gotta be more of a pun, like, cause that's an oddly specific name, Ashley, to give to a guy. Like, you would not give a male character the name Ashley unless there's a real specific pun, so it's gotta do with ashes then. Maybe he's the one who set the omnibus on fire, and it's him, cause like ash, fire. With fire, Chad, do you think he has a flamethrower walking cane? Chad, if he pulls out his walking cane and shoots fire out of that, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. So yeah, it's ash. There we go. Mr. Graydon and I both work at London Central Communication Station.
Now perhaps somebody would kindly explain what all this is about.
You were apprised of the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume.
Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question.
That is the accusation, indeed.
This really is beyond a joke, you know.
Very well. Without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon. This has been a long trial. Just come on, keep us going. Keep it going. You will respond to the accusation made against you under oath.
Gladly, my lord, gladly.
I'm gonna pull someone in my back if I gotta keep doing those dance moves. The accusation. Oh, hang on. I just noticed we got a pin message over on. I got a pin message over on Twitch, written by Quick Kitty, pinned by Vera, said, "Please pin." So Logan ... I'm actually gonna hold off on Graydon's name fact for reasons. This has been Queen Katie Bat's name fact moment. Okay. So I'm guessing there's gonna be more that we'll learn. Either about him or about the murder in general that will clue us into more of the name facts. So thank you very much, Queen Katie. Let me have a sip of water. And let me read some more in the chat. We got like 12 minutes to the 3-hour mark, so we'll do one more call for raid suggestions on Twitch. Vera says, I hope you know the only thing about Harley Quinn. No, the only thing I know about Harley Quinn is that she had a cancer ray and shot a guy with it. Oh, I remember that. That was in the Harley Quinn cartoon, I believe. Like which is such a weird thing because it's like they decided they wanted it's not technically an R rating. I guess it's rated M sort of thing. So there are F-bombs like left and right. And which I'm not a fan of DC Comics like really embracing the R-rated stuff. But it's so weird too because they'll censor some stuff. Like they can say the F-bomb 20 times in an episode, but they'll bleep out the C word and blur out like nudity and things like that. It's like, really? You're kind of being hypocrites about this whole thing. I would prefer just to bleep out the F words. I think that's funnier that way. Vera said, it's the first thing I can think of. Well, you saw Harley Quinn in the, when we did Batman Telltale, right? Quick says, I'm actually happy Twitch made the spendable balance feature. I can use it when I get subs from toward bits for this, lol, without actually spending my own money. Magpie says, could be the episode, you're sure it's not Harley Quinade? I'm not sure though, it's been so long since I've watched it. I'm pretty sure it was Joker's Favor, if that's one, because I think what it was, that was like the first time they really had her. And she was just like a typical hench girl. And they treated her like it was Batman's basically first time encountering her, because I'm pretty sure there's a bit where he's going after the Joker and he runs into her, and she's like, I know what you're thinking. Who, poor, misguided girl helping him out. Poor blonde. Or it's like, I got news for you. I'm not even a real blonde. Or it's something like that. Look it up. That's your homework. Get back to me and let me know, Magpie. And Gallop with a clip. Hang on, for those who are lurking or new, haven't been here when we did this before. If you don't know the deal, if you post a clip, we load the clip. We watch the clip together. And it'll tell me how far behind I am. 18 minutes behind. Not too bad. Just gotta breathe for a second. I've been talking for over 2 hours, 2.5 hours straight. I am emergency predicting ... I can't see the full title. Let's see it here. Yeah, a Gallop! Oh. Oh crap, that clip caught me clear in my throat. It's so gross. I still got that post-nasal drip. Oh, that guy right there. Is that the one that does all the puns? And that's why I recognize the guy. Video ages ago of a Genshin character that did a lot of puns. The guy on the right-hand side. Yeah, you're just... But Galp, that just confirms you're Paimon. You are Paimon. Oh, did you see that the captions actually spelled Paimon correctly? So thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that, Gallop. Vera says, to Magpie says, mayhaps I saw it as a clip while scrolling once and it stuck with me. Gamer. Oh, maybe you're saying to Vero, Harley Quinade. But yeah, the cancer gun though, that was I think the HBO Max Harley Quinn show. Hollow Knight Gamer says, okay, my computer is about to die, so I gotta go. Don't have a charger until morning, so bye. I'll see you all Tuesday. See you, Hollow Knight Gamer. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on Tuesday for Deltarune. I'm excited about that. Thank you for being here. Vera says, rest well. The way you voiced over Cosmo's flashback reminded me of that Ghost Stories bit with the rabbit. I have still never seen Ghost Stories. I need to watch it. I've seen so many clips and it looks like so much fun. Vera says, whenever he died, I was so sad that I would never hear that voice again. His laugh, ugly laughter, his funny little requests. That one? I don't know that one. I did love the bit in that we had in 100 Line where it's like, I'll always remember how she looked right before she died. Ugly. Quigga says, hey, are you good to pin? Because Logan will probably expect a name fact soon. And Vera says, the final countdown. Says, yep. Quigga says, awesome. We're now past the 3 hour mark, by the way. Oh, crap. Did I say past 3 hour? I meant getting close to. We're past 2 3/4. We're close. We're close to. We're like less than 10 minutes the way there. And a timestamp 2 hours, 37 minutes. Oh, I'm behind. Vera says, that's insane. I didn't see the price. Oh, yeah. Like, as soon as I saw that post from Flame Toys, like, I gotta see how much this is. And that was, because, like, some of their toys, they have the model kits, and then they have the high-end action figures, which are hundreds of dollars.
One more stream, I said. Now look at the time.
Thank you for the 45 bits, and good to see you again. You popped back. You were here just this past, what was it Thursday you were here? And then we dragged you right back. So thank you for the bits for the TTS and for the extra bits. Because yeah, 35 of those are extra. How you doing, Shadow? Thank you for being here. I'm just trying to catch up to chat right now. But yeah, once again, like I said, last call for raid suggestions. But thank you so much for the 45 bits. Let's see. Oh, Hollow Knight Gamer says found a charger, so I'm back. Welcome back. Vera said, Heavy Rain. It's a janky game for sure. Okay, so I don't know if I'll ever play it on stream, but I did see it's like $1.99 now. Queen says, Logan, may I suggest Lego Star Wars? I played some Lego Star Wars in the past. I don't remember which one. I think it was on like the DS or something like that. For a Lego game, I'm kind of saving up for the Batman, the new Lego Batman one. But, maybe. When are you going to start playing? Have you started yet? And Magpie says, I've heard Heavy Rain is kind of a mess. Queen said, yeah, it's the X's and O's of the bag. It shows that you could use fries as lines. Oh, that's a fun idea. Honda Gamer says, his voice of the judge sounds like the mayor from that one Pac-Man show on TV. It is. I can't remember the name of the guy. It's my attempt to try and do an impression of like some old-timey guy I saw on TV ages ago. Which is like an old-timey prospector sort of guy. Ooh, we're gonna go panning for gold. My voice is still too scratchy to do it quite properly. Which Pac-Man show? I need to check and see what that is. Hollow Knight Gamer says, I agree with Lego Star Wars. And then Astro Dude was saying, praise C. Hollow Knight Gamer says, hi, Astro Dude. Quia says, oh, that was a pinned earlier. I said, Logan, he's literally Ash Gray. I'm actually facepalming. Okay, so, Ash Gray. Okay. I feel like there's got to be more to it, especially since you just said that you're holding off on name fact. There's got to be more to it than that. But okay, we'll go with that. He's ash gray. Ash gray. So thank you. Fear said this again. Quiga says he just cannot give up the flamethrower cane. This might be Logan's retirement dream. You know what? If you guys want to give me a flamethrower walking cane for retirement, I think it'd be pretty awesome. Hana Gamer says, personally, I would have gone with radiation cane. You see, I feel like radiation is less easily directable. Like, I would probably die from that if I use it. Whereas flamethrower, you can shoot the flames in one. Both are dangerous. You should not have either as a cane. But I like how you think, Hollow Knight Gamer. Queen says, it's his Japanese name fact of holding back. Oh, because it literally spoils things in the rest of the case? Now I want to know what his Japanese name is, but I kind of don't because if it spoils things. So we will wait on that. Says, but his English name is so obvious. I'm mad you didn't catch it, lol, Ash Gray. I was about to say I'm not smart. I feel like I am sometimes smart. I am situationally smart, Queen Katie, and I think you'd probably be able to agree with that by now, right? I do feel like the past couple of games we've been playing, there was a period of time where I felt like I was doing really good with guessing things. With all throughout Dual Destinies, Spirit of Justice, Persona 3, and ever since then, I don't know if I just got cocky or got dumb, but I don't think I'm doing a good job guessing things anymore. But thank you very much, Queen Katie. And Crystal with some right suggestions. I saw those right there and I'm copying them over right now. Thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate that. Thank you, Crystal. Magpie says, I believe you, Logan. Lol. Shadow says, hola. Oh, excuse me. I skipped one. Hollow Knight Gamer says hi to Shadow, and then Shadow says, hola. I should let you know, Hollow Knight Gamer, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but whatever I know people as when I first meet people, I will know them as forever. Names imprint on me like baby birds. So sometimes you'll see me like auto replacing what are current screen names with former screen names that I am more familiar with. Quiggin says, I'm going to do Lego Star Wars after I finish the Hamtaro game. I only just pray that a 2009 game works on a 2021 computer. I was going to say it ought to, but then again, you never know. Like, it could be unpredictable. But how long is that Hamtaro game? Like, is that going to be a fairly quick one? Oda Gamer says, the one on Tubi. I put my Murder Drones plush on my side table. Nice. I hope it looks quite nice over there. I have a few plushes, like back there. I wish I had a better display. Part of me wants to get like a shelf to put right behind me and like do elaborate action figure displays. Queen Gita says, I'd quote, I am situationally smart. Is that or is that not an accurate description, though, Queen Katie? Like, for reals. Magpie says, to be fair, Ash Gray doesn't feel like an Ace Attorney name. I mean, there's got to be more to it, though, I would think. Oh, and Vero with a couple of raid suggestions as well. Thank you very much, Vero. I will add these over to the list that I started over here in my text file from Crystal. Thank you very much, Vero, because we're like on the cusp of needing to do a raid, aren't we? We're like 2.5 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. For those who are lurking, if you've been putting up with me like doing all this blabbing and just catching up with chat, I always appreciate you, because this has got to be like the least interesting thing that I could possibly do as a streamer. When you're not someone who's just chatting, who's just lurking. Hollow Knight Gamer says, I know. Queen says, I finished the second area in 3 hours in Hamtaro, so maybe next week, lol. Magpie says, usually they go really nuts, like peace, love, and understanding, or hermit crab, or something goofy. I still can't believe those Spirit of Justice names. Hollow Knight Gamer says, you should consider playing Sonic Mania at some point. I did play one Sonic game on stream. We played a while back the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, and that was pretty fun. And a lurk from Hollow Knight Gamer with that. 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 30 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah, thank you very much to the lurk, Hollow Knight Gamer. Vera said, thank you for the very flamethrower stream. 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Well, for those who were lurking and made it through that massive, lengthy catch-up, to be fair, we've had longer marathon catch-ups than that. But for those who were lurking and made it through that, I want to give you the rundown of the channel real quick, including posting our link tree here. And I'll cross-post this over to the YouTube chat as well. Because that has all of our social media, including a Discord invite, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that stuff. You can check it out. You can ignore it to your heart's content. It's entirely up to you, but I just want you to know it's there. And we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, which means tomorrow is Monday. No stream tomorrow. I will be posting the schedule on Discord, but here's a bit of a spoiler for that. We're going to be playing Deltarune Chapter 5 this next week. I just noticed that one of the raid suggestions both Vero and Crystal gave me, unfortunately, it's a big old on-screen spoiler for Danganronpa 2 at the moment. So, but I mean, both of you voted, but I probably won't be able to do that one. My apologies there. But yeah, so sorry, as I was saying, Tuesday is going to be Deltarune Chapter 5, and I am excited about that. I am like super excited about that. So please come and check it out. I'm very excited. So then on Thursday, we're gonna pick up where we're leaving off here. Did I save the game? Let me make sure that I have saved. I think I did. And we'll begin with this cross-examination. We finally, I keep wanting to call him Egbert Benedict. Ashley Graydon? Yeah, Graydon. But yeah. So for right now, though, I'm gonna pick one of these raid suggestions based on the stuff that we usually select based on. And someone's playing Pragmata. Let's do that. Let's raid Pragmata person. There we go. And here is our raid message, so you can go ahead and copy that over to your text file. It looks like Vero put that in as well. Thank you very much, Vero. I still gotta breathe a bit. Queen said, thank you for the very Mr. Egg, not Mr. Egg Stream. Now he's Mr. Ash, Mr. Gray. Hollow Knight game with all the emotes. Enjoy those emotes. Crystal says, ham ha! Thank you for the very, is that a bullet wound or a glass wound? Is that a bullet wound in your body, or are you just happy to see me? Hollow Knight Gamer says, who else likes the smell of gasoline? I used to know somebody who liked the smell of gasoline. I personally don't. But apparently some people do. So if so, you're lucky, because gas stations must be more fun to go to. Crystal says, Ace Attorney likes glasses so much for his Phoenix, now Herlock. Crystal says, I do like the smell of gasoline. Well, maybe it was you. Maybe it wasn't someone I used to, or maybe you hadn't mentioned before. Vera said, bye friends, see y'all next time. Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out. I had a lot of fun tonight. But I'm still buzzing, because we're gonna do Deltarune. So thank you for being here. And thank you also over on Discord for all the birthday well wishes this past Friday. It was really nice. I got some good toys. And again, come on over for cake and cookies, y'all. Chris said bye-bye, nighty-night. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for making my evening just wonderful. You're an amazing community, better than I could ever deserve. Have a wonderful Monday. Keep an eye out for the schedule, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. And Twitch is now rated out, so everyone over on YouTube, I don't know if Fruzy is still over there. I know Derma had to take off. Taco, I think, had to take off as well. But to anyone who might be over on YouTube, thank you for being here. You're awesome. You're fantastic. You're amazing as well. I love both of our communities. Sorry that Twitch takes longer to catch up to than YouTube does, but you're still just wonderful and fantastic. So to everyone on YouTube and everyone watching the VOD in the future, good night as well.